appeal of your home, or maybe the interior. Maybe you got some drab and dated cabinets. Well, Raphael and We Paint Everything, they come in, they can refresh all that, and that's one of the cheaper ways to go than getting all new cabinets, which is muy expensive. So from interior to exterior painting, cabinets, trim, popcorn ceiling removal, and wallpaper, they do it all, and they do not skip on the important stuff. Before any paint goes on, they handle the repairs, the drywall, the ceiling, and the wood rot, so the finish looks better and it lasts longer. That's not what these guys do. They bring the professionalism, okay? If you're not sure about the colors, they can help you out with all of that. It's simple. They make your home look like new without the stress. So don't hire somebody who's just going to show up with a paintbrush and a prayer. You want to get the pros who do it right. Call today for your free in-home consultation. They're family-owned and have 75 years of experience and based right here in Winter Park. It's WePaintEverything.com. Your home made to look like new.
City fans, this is your last chance to see the Lions at home before July. Be there Saturday, May 16th for a match presented by Walt Disney World as Orlando City takes on Atlanta FC. Get your tickets now at orlandocitysc.com/tickets.
Second opinions.
You get them with your health.
So why not with your wealth?
Your stock market investments deserve a second opinion.
At Henyon & Walsh, it only takes a second
to schedule your free second opinion.
Go online and search for Henyon & Walsh, the second opinion people. Investing involves risk, including the possible loss of principal. Advisory services provided by Henyon & Walsh Asset Management. Securities offered by Henyon & Walsh Inc. Member FINRA SIPC.
Orlando, this is your last chance to see the Storm at home in the regular season. Friday, May 22nd at 8 p.m. The Orlando Storm take on the DC Defenders at the Inter & Co Stadium. It's hats off to the Heroes Night as we honor the brave men and women who serve our community and our country. Be there for hard-hitting football, a playoff push, and an electric Friday night under the lights. Plus, the first 5,000 fans get a free Orlando Storm hat. Tickets start at just $16. Get yours now at UFLstorm.com. That's UFLstorm.com. Join the storm. Experience the chaos.
Hi, this is Mark Spain, and we're hiring listing agents. Maybe your kids are self-sufficient now, and you're ready to jump back into the workforce. Or perhaps you're stuck in that demanding job, and the compensation just doesn't match your hard work. Are you ready for a career move that will be rewarding and earn you the high income you deserve? If you enjoy delivering great customer service and working with people, I want to talk to you. At Mark Spain Real Estate, we have all the components to make you successful as a real estate agent fast. Go to joinmarkspain.com. That's joinmarkspain.com and apply today.
If you or someone you know suffered any injuries involving a deployed airbag, you could be entitled to compensation. Morgan & Morgan has already recovered millions. Get America's largest injury law firm fighting for you.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Most of us have given up on something before. Like when you bought that exercise bike, that's now a laundry rack. Or when you tried doing your own hair, but then begged your stylist for an appointment. Some things in life are just easy to quit, but quitting highly addictive tobacco isn't. It takes real support. And we can help. Tobacco Free Florida offers free tools and services to help you stay smoke-free. You may be eligible to receive free nicotine patches, gum, or lozenges. Call 1-877-YOU-CAN-NOW or visit tobaccofreeflorida.com.
Does Florida care about AIDS? Somewhere in the state tonight, a mother is rationing the pills that keep her alive. On June 30th, she and 12,000 others will permanently lose access to Florida's AIDS drug program and the insurance support that keeps them healthy. After that, people start dying. Not in theory, in emergency rooms across this state. This isn't a budget problem. It's a choice. Go to ahf.org/ADAP. 1 minute could save thousands of lives.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Good news. Mortgage rates have improved again this week. Get your quote for a refinance to lower payments or get cash out at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
My dad passed away unexpectedly. Of course, it was awful in every way, but we are very grateful that he had life insurance. So even after he was gone, he was still able to provide for us. And that's why I have life insurance for my family. Ethos.com. They make it fast and easy to get covered. It's 100% online. You get a quote in seconds, and you can apply in minutes. You get covered the same day.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/save. That's ethos.com/save. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required. Rates may vary.
Win $25,000 in free impact windows from Maurice Windows. Text TRUST to 20129. Broadcasting live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Need help after an accident? Just call Mo. Learn more at JustCallMo.com or call 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeartRadio station guaranteed human.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, media. 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 Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm. And don't forget to answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers.
The News Junkie is on. The best friends you never knew you had, running through the most viral stories of the day. The News Junkie starts now.
It is Friday, May 15th, 2026. Lots to get to today. From the Mobile Dam Palm Plot to empty Waymos flood a random neighborhood, and the internet goes nuts about commencement speeches. Plus your calls, dispatches, emails, texts, and more. C-Lane is here. Hey! So is Josh.
Good day.
And so are you. You could join us with the dispatch today. Send yours over at thenewsjunkie.com right now. You can also watch the show on YouTube and twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. Your message is rolling right into the studio in real time, and this never, ever, ever happens, friends.
What happened?
Yeah, you guys got to stay with me. You know what I mean?
What happened?
Stay with me. You know what I mean? My voice is just, this is not long for the world.
This
here.
never ever happens.
This never ever ever happens. We got a last minute message, everybody. It's from that anonymous coworker who sent us a pee confession. Let's see what they said.
Have a great Friday, you mother.
We did it!
Sounds just like him.
Yeah, we did it, everybody. We made it through a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Friday has arrived. Will I make it through a Friday is the big, fat, honkin' question, though.
Yes.
You guys get ready to go.
Get ready for a 2-hour This Week in Florida.
That's right. Just really slow. Yeah. You know, some people listen to the podcast on 1.5x. If we just play it at like 0.2x, it'll stretch out, I think, to the entirety of the show.
Good.
Man, imagine Josh on 0.25x.
You'd pass out.
Can you? I don't know if we can see that somehow. Is it possible to experience that? I will have to find that out somehow today. All right, let's put our ears to the ground, our fingers on the pulse. Let's see what's happening in this great, big, wide world of ours. And we go to Louisiana, everybody. In Louisiana, they just got hit with something pretty rough, I might say. And in this case, it wasn't what a lot of people in the southeastern United States are dealing with, love bugs. Love bugs are everywhere in the southeastern United States. They will cover your window and your car and the wall.
They took a couple of years off. I felt like the last few years we've been like, we haven't had a super big problem with love bugs,
right?
Like we've seen in years prior.
Right, and I keep having the situation where people will go, oh, my God, the love bugs are so bad this year. And I go, I haven't seen a single one. And then I feel kind of bad because they're like peeling the guts off their car.
Have like a love bug survivor's guilt?
Oh, I do a little bit. But after seeing this, it's a whole new world. This is in New Orleans.
Don't you dare close your eyes.
I'm sorry. This is in Louisiana, St. Tammany Parish. And the sheriff's deputy drove through a swarm of termites.
Oh.
How many? 6 billion.
Okay, how do you even know that?
That's what it says on the news, buddy. 6 billion termites in this swarm. Check it out. Here it is.
Gross.
I mean, what if you have to get out of your car?
You don't.
There is a absolute swarm.
Even worse, what if you have a wooden car? They're eating my stagecoach.
You would be in big trouble if that was the case. It says deputy drives through swarm of 6 billion with a B termites. And the appearance of a termite swarm made for an interesting night shift for this deputy. He patrolled the streets of Abita Springs, Louisiana, and he and his vehicle coincided with the swarm of flying pests. There were 6 billion termites in this swarm.
Do you think that if you are driving down a road and you see a cop parked on the side of the road, however, there's a swarm of 6 billion termites outside, you could probably just speed past that guy, right?
Oh, hell yeah.
He doesn't want to pull you over. He doesn't want to get out of the car and
fact,
get your license and registration.
I might pull over C-Lane and just see if he'll get out of his car. just to be like, okay, I'm waiting for the ticket. Come on over here. Because that ain't happening. There's no way. I mean, did you just have these things all over you? And I saw people in TNJ chat talking about how there was termites all over the area here. And they said huge swarms of these termites. And I go, well, not the whole United States has to deal with termites. But for those of us who do, is there some crazy secret that we need to know? Do we need to do something to keep them from being in our house?
Not to sound repetitive, but I think the first thing that I would think of would just be to find a giant log and toss it out there and be like, eat this.
Is it like throwing a steak at an angry dog?
Yeah.
I don't know if it works. Yeah, I don't know if it works that way, though. I mean, do you guys, you're both homeowners.
My ex used to love diversion logs.
You're both homeowners. You don't fear there's some swarm of termites coming to your house and eating the whole?
I have a block house.
Well, I mean, I do too on the bottom floor.
Yeah, sucks.
But the top floor is wood.
Goodbye, top floor.
Yeah, that's what I think. The whole thing's going to be gone.
Your seal.
You didn't buy this, originally, but you have got yourself a convertible now.
I don't want a convertible house. I'm legitimately asking, is there anything I need to do? Oh, by the way, Yucker says, is Pallet Man freaking out? Because this is literally
any neighborhood that this would be a perfect spot.
That's my diversion for the termites.
Yeah. For those of you who don't know, Josh's neighbor is collecting pallets at the moment. He's a pallet man, and there's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of pallets in his yard. That would be a feeding frenzy for these animals.
I have one for him in my garage.
Bring it on over.
Add to his collection.
Oh, you should.
Why not?
Yeah, I mean, look, because last I heard he was offloading the pallets. We can't have that, C-Lane. We have to keep them going in the right direction. So just throw another one in the pile if you don't mind. But I really wonder, for the experts who know, are we supposed to do anything? Or am I screwed? Are the termites going to eat my house eventually? Seems like a possibility out there. Okay. We're
I
going to
didn't
get
know
into
termites were something that swarmed like that. I thought you just find some guts, or you find some remnants in your house, and then the pest control guy goes, all right, we got to tent it.
No.
Or else they're going to eat your foundation. Well, no, they don't eat foundations. They're going to eat your wood. And,
yes.
But I didn't know that you could actually drive through like a plague-style biblical amount of termites.
Not only can you, but then you find yourself in the worst, most embarrassing situation ever. And I'm serious about this. If you have to cover your house in a tent for termites, it's like the most shameful thing a house can go through. It's like being a kid and having lice or something. I mean, it's like
know.
For your house, it's the most embarrassing thing that a house could go through is being tented like that. And then all your neighbors know. And then I immediately think, oh, if they're killing them at this house, are they firing out of there and then going somewhere else to find a new home? I mean, it must happen that way. It's very frightening. Apologies for my voice, folks, but we're going to limp through. All we have to do is get to
it's sexy and deep, man. You got the Phoebe thing going on.
Segment 4. All right. When we're at segment 4, C-Lane will take over and I can take a nap, and then everything will be good from there. All right, let's get into a couple of emails here. Isaac emails the show. Isaac was talking about elementary students. Why? I don't know, but we'll find out. Hi, Sean. Huge fan of the show, everyday listener. Today I got a call from my son's school saying he picked up his school laptop and pretended it was a gun pointing at another student. Okay. Can we stop there? I get if they bring out a fake gun.
Whoa.
He used a whole ass laptop as a gun. That's not a fake gun. That's a fake giant rectangle. Yeah, that's not a gun.
Threatening.
Josh has got his MacBook up. No, that's not threatening. I don't think that should count.
So.
But he said he picked up his school laptop and pretended it was a gun pointing at another student. Therefore, he got in trouble and was questioned about it. He told the teacher he was just playing with the other student, pretending it was a gun, but didn't mean anything bad about it. He was just playing games with the other kid. So the teacher asked me if everything is good at home with my family and how things were with me and the wife. Oh, great.
This is ridiculous. Do they not play cops and robbers anymore?
Not anymore. No. Zero tolerance. Not anymore. Not happening.
I mean, I get not having a fake gun at school. Fine. I get, but what if he was just using his fingers, doing like the finger bang kind of gun? Like,
I mean,
pow,
even
pow, pow?
the finger bang is more gun-like than holding a laptop. A laptop's not a gun, for God's sake. It's not even close. This is dumb zero tolerance stuff.
I think if that were my kid, I would be relieved that I'm like, this idiot doesn't know what a gun looks like.
Right, yeah.
Dumbo.
He's so far away from targeting somebody else and pretending he's going to shoot them. He doesn't even realize it's not the shape of a gun. I think that's something.
But I also would get going, hey, listen, it's a pretty serious thing. We don't play guns anymore. Murder is bad, blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
But to question, we brought in the kid for questioning about his laptop gun, and then we asked about his home life.
Right. Yeah. How's the family? How are things with you and your wife?
This kid's dad shot his mom in front of him. Clearly.
I said everything is great, and I know that with everything happening today in schools, there's a concern, but my son does not think that way or act that way in any type of way that alerts us. The teacher said she agrees with me and that she knows he is not that type of person because the teacher spends a lot of time with him. They asked if we had any guns in the house. I said, no, we're not a gun type of family. She said the authorities will not be alerted, but he has to watch a video for 4 hours. Oh, my God.
Jeez. I think that's longer than if you get a speeding ticket and you want to opt to do the class.
Yeah. This is like Stephen King's The Stand in its entirety, a 4-hour movie. Sean, I get it. We live in a time when things are not the same as when we were growing up. But can you imagine when you and I were in an elementary school and our teachers would call our parents every time we were pretending to play guns or cowboys and Indians? True. If we talk about my story on the show, please make me anonymous. Well, good thing I didn't say your name.
It's cowboys and indigenous peoples, sir.
Thank you, and keep up the great show. Hope you feel better. Thanks.
The
thank you,
asking
anonymous.
about the home life thing is triggering a memory from my high school experience.
Mm-hmm.
I've told you guys about before my 10th grade English teacher, Miss Davis.
Yeah, did you try to shoot her with a laptop?
No, I didn't. I didn't have the laptop. But she was the one that I've talked about before that would call everybody by their last name, and her favorite word was foolishness. So she was always like, Lane, quit that foolishness, Lane. Like, that was her. And her class that I was in was during the other lunch, so I would often ask to go to the bathroom and then mess around with my friends for a little bit and then come back to class. And one time she told me no, that I couldn't go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
And I was like, in my head, I think this is serious.
What'd you do?
You listen, Christopher.
I thought this is a serious human rights violation, not letting me go to the bathroom. So she said,
please tell me your nerd ass in school said this is a human rights violation.
He's a sovereign citizen.
She said,
being detained?
She said no, and I went, no? What do you mean no? I have to go to the bathroom. I talked back to her, and then she goes, like later that day, Lane, is everything okay at home? And I was like, yeah, everything's fine at home. You didn't let me go to the bathroom. Everything's not fine right here. Things at home are cool where I'm allowed to go to the bathroom.
Don't we think that's a bad idea on account of if you open things up that way and some kid gets in trouble with his parents and his parents take away his PlayStation, then the kid just has to go to school and cause a little bit of an issue and they say, hey, are things okay at home? And you go, no. Actually, my dad is planning on murdering my mom. And all you need to do is get me my PlayStation back as fast as possible. I think this opens the window for lots of problems like that. Let us know what you think. Send us a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com. Again, excuse the voice. We're gonna low rumble it through the show today. When we come back, people are pissed off as Waymos flood their neighborhood, an Atlanta neighborhood. This happened. It's hilarious. You got to hear the details on this, and it's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Traffic's backed up due to a disabled vehicle northbound on Florida's Turnpike past US 192. The left lane's blocked. Westbound on the beach line near Dallas Boulevard, a crash has been moved off to the shoulder. There's some stop and go there. You're going to run into some delays heading through the city. On I-4 eastbound near the East-West Expressway, there's a crash off to the shoulder getting cleared up. Look out for emergency crews on the roadways. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Fresh from Florida.
This is Ross Chastain.
Yo, Dull Mike here. What's happening? That's right, Class of 04 Tactical Pew Pew. Do I know you? What's up, Sport Night Nurse, Ghost Bird, hello. Well, I need to get on the TNJ chat too. DP was our rival school. MFQ must have went to West Orange? Is that still the rivalry? It's AWN, Mike. When I was there, West Orange was like, that was the one. That was the school that had the big, I don't know. I think they played pranks on each other, stole stuff. Mascots. Olympia. Oh, yeah. I can see that because Olympia wasn't open my freshman year, and I think it was sophomore or junior year that they opened that. And so that makes a little more sense. Yeah, of course, Mo. Hell yeah. I do remember you. But when we were freshmen, we didn't have Olympia, so it was just West Orange. But it makes more sense since it's a little closer, and when Olympia opened, it divided us. But when Mo were freshmen, there were like 4,800 kids there that year. Thought of DP as the Richos. A lot of people thought of us as the Richos. I've told the story before. The last time I set foot on Dr. Phillips High School campus, I was waiting in line to buy a ticket for something, and I overheard two students talking, and the one girl said, "He's only texting me again because he found out I got a Porsche." And I was like, yeah. I will get Jackson a laptop gun, yeah. Jackson will have a laptop rifle. Celine is getting the Sean Funk. How so? My voice is fine. I'm good. TB tennis. Yeah, that's the point. That was kind of the joke. Anna, I keep going on Dull Mic because I can't mute my mic for Dull Mic. But in reality, when I'm on the air, I am constantly muting my mic, and you'll see it if we're on the 3-shot. If all 3 cameras are showing and we're watching something, you'll see me reach over, hold down my mic button to mute it temporarily, because I constantly want a clear throat for, especially today, to distance myself from Wasson's voice. I need, be good. I don't remember thinking of Dr. Phillips as being a rich school. Maybe it became so. You know, it's in an area. I'll say Olympia probably got closer to Windermere, so they would be up there. But Dr. Phillips, there was a lot of nice cars in that parking lot. Not mine. Not my 89 Chevy Blazer. But and then my senior year, I had a 98 Ford Explorer. It was Eddie Bauer edition, so it was nice. And whoever had it before me put little TVs in the whatever that flap is. What do you the shade, the sun shade block thing. Whatever that's called is going to come to me. They did a shitty job. I mean, they were, because the TVs were made for headrest. The visor. I knew it was an easy word that I should have known. TVs in the visor. Crappy job. Just like piss poor. They were made for headrests, but I don't think the car had headrests. So they just kind of shoved them into the visor, and it was very haphazard. 20 seconds. Keyword is media. Let's get some winners, guys. BRB.
Go to modernpi.com.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, media. 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 Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm. And don't forget to answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
Filling you in on the shocking details. Just try not to pass out. This is the new.
A Friday, indeed. Thanks for being with us in the world's most viral newsroom. Viral in a different way today. Like viral as in, I might get you sick. Just listening to the show. Could get you whatever's going on with me. Hopefully not, though.
That'd be a very powerful sickness if you could transmit it, through the airwaves like this.
No. It's coming right in your ears.
Phrasing. Also mute.
I meant it both ways.
Why?
Okay. I want to get to, just because I did, I want to get to a couple of things here. One,
low-key, one of the funniest things Josh has said in forever.
One of the things I want to get to is these Waymos stuck in this neighborhood in Atlanta. You got to hear the report on this. It's absolutely wild. But this is the tweet that sent PETA to the insane asylum, I think. They reacted to this person's tweet, and they were very, very upset about it, okay? Now, PETA has been known to monitor this show, so we may or may not get a response from them. Hey, PETA. Yeah, we usually when we talk about them, they respond, which is fine. Everybody gets a word around here, even the PETA folks. But
it's better than a pedo monitoring the show.
Thank you. It is. I'm glad. And even though you're on the show, they haven't started that yet here for us. We're clear and free.
I'm not that young.
I better be careful, actually, because if I piss any of the two of you off, I'm probably toast today. I don't want that to happen. This is
Might be too late.
This is a football player for the San Francisco 49ers who posted this on earlier this week on Wednesday. 2.6 million views. This is the tweet that pissed off PETA. It said, at 4 a.m. this morning, as I laid in a deep slumber, I was called to action by my wife, who had discovered a spider the size of $50 in the bathroom. Let me just stop there. It's not the 1950s. Using $50 as a comparative size is not going to work, okay, in 2026. Zoomers have no idea how big $50 is.
Maybe they think it's the size of half of a $1 bill.
Probably. They would probably be more likely to think that. Yeah. They don't know what I
said slumber, though, so
yeah.
it's kind
what
of
is
old heading.
This guy's 1,000,000 years old. At least he sounds that way. At 4 a.m. this morning, as I laid in a deep slumber, I was called into action by my wife, who discovered a spider the size of a $50.
Well, I pondered weak and weary over many a quaint and curious volume of forgotten lore. I messed that up somewhere.
Nailed it.
No, it sounded right, though. Without hesitation, I arose to combat the intruder, he said. Claire handed me the slant board I've been using for rehab, and I immediately knew the spider had no chance. It took but one attempt to strike down my opponent. I received hugs and kisses for my bravery and fell back to sleep with confidence. Have a day, gentlemen.
Have a day?
Have a day is what George Kittle said about this post about his wife waking him up in the middle of the night saying that there's a spider. And he said he woke up and he hit the spider with a board and he killed the spider. And, of course, that's enough to piss off PETA. And they got involved in this, and they were like, spiders are more afraid of you than you are of them. Actually, the proper way to do this is to capture them and release them, et cetera, et cetera. And I thought to myself immediately, I was like, if I woke up in the middle of the night, I love animals. Love them, okay? Love them. If I woke up in the middle of the night and Courtney said, there's a big-ass spider in the bathroom, you have to kill it right now, I'm not questioning that. I'm getting a shoe. I'm killing the spider. I'm not in the middle of the night as I awake from my slumber. I'm not attempting to get like a little container to put it upside down on the spider and coax the spider into it and then release it into the backyard. I'm not doing any of that. I'm killing the spider. I'm sorry.
Ooh.
I don't know what that makes me. I think this is what most of you do, right? I think if you folks, then this is the question I have for you. You wake up at 3 a.m., 4 a.m., there's a spider in your house. Are you safely trapping it in something, or are you saying it's the middle of the night, I have to go back to sleep, I am slapping this thing with a shoe, and that's that? I'm pretty sure everybody's killing the spider.
If it looks like a bitey spider, yeah.
What does that even mean?
Like the mean ones.
Yeah, the mean, not so good spiders.
The daddy long legs are good to keep in your
Yeah,
house.
I'll leave those be.
At 3 a.m., 4
wife.
a.m.?
Yeah.
I'm not going to pull out my phone and try to determine what type of spider it is.
You know what a daddy long legs looks like?
I mean, I know it has long legs on account of the name. I'm not some arachnid specialist. I don't know about spiders. So the only thing I could do is go, hey, Courtney's afraid of this spider right now. Sorry, not sorry. I'm going to have to kill this thing. I grabbed my shoe. I smashed the spider. If it weren't for her, I would have left the smashed spider on the ground all night long and fixed it the next morning. That's just honesty right there.
That's what I used to do in the garage at my old place to send a warning to other potential pests.
Take a look.
You know, I would, if there was a cockroach or something, I'd just smash it and then leave the smashed cockroach just there so that if any cockroaches come by and they go, ooh,
yeah.
Sean, Steve? If you went into a house, it was a house you don't know, whatever, maybe somebody invited you over, maybe you're just checking it out because the door's open, you're curious.
Or robbing the place, yeah.
And you go into this house and there's 2 dead bodies laying on the floor.
Yes.
You leave, right? You go, this is crazy. No, I don't know how they got here. I don't know why they're dead. I'm out of here.
Wait, how long have the bodies been dead for?
Doesn't matter.
Why did I ask that question?
Yeah.
Does the freshness of the body matter in this scenario?
I don't know. I don't know why. By the way, I wouldn't want to have sex with a corpse if that's what it comes across. That's not what I was getting at.
Well, we weren't going there.
How warm are they?
No, I don't know. I would be, if I thought I was in danger because I thought the people who killed those bodies were still around. Yes, C-Lane. Yeah.
They look like they've been bludgeoned by a large baseball bat or something. You're getting out of there.
Yeah, I'm running at full speed. Yeah.
That was my line of thinking for leaving the dead cockroach.
I think the logic works. Yeah, I think
abandon
the logic.
all hope, ye who enter here.
Right. Look what happened to this guy. And then you make him a little extra squished just so, the word gets out there. I think PETA should drop this nonsense where they think that they have to protect all animals. Can we just admit that some animals are terrible?
Or just comment on everything? They have to put their 2 cents in on everything. I remember there was like some TV interview that Barack Obama was giving during his presidency, and there was a fly buzzing around while they were trying to do the interview, and it's starting to get distracting. And Obama, I don't know if he found a newspaper or he just, raw dogged it barehanded. He killed the fly. And everybody was so impressed. They're like, oh, my gosh, the president just killed a fly. We watched it on TV.
Karate Kid moment. He just snatched that sucker.
I don't think they were chopsticks, but it was close enough. And then, PETA goes, well, we would like to send the president a humane flycatcher that doesn't just, come on, man.
So first of all, PETA, if you're listening, suck it, number one. That's the first thing. Okay, I love you, but on that point, suck it. It's stupid, right?
The email.
Here's what I want to say. You guys tell me if you agree or disagree. There's an idea that PETA is putting forward here that suggests something that I think is just illogical on its face. And that is they act as if all animals have the same value, both morally if you kill that animal or otherwise. And that's just fundamentally untrue, right? Like we all know, like certain animals we don't give a damn about, and certain animals we do give a damn about. If I told you yesterday, you didn't know it, but you killed 400 ants while you were walking around and just enjoying your life, you'd probably go, oh man, well, you know what am I going to do? Human being killing ants. It happens sometimes.
But really? It was when I was walking around? I thought it was when I poured the lighter fluid in the ant hill. And
you monster. The next door neighbor on Toy Story here.
Sid.
You're Sid from Toy Story. If I told you that and I said, hey, actually, it wasn't ants that you stepped on. They were grasshoppers. You killed 80 grasshoppers yesterday when you were walking around. You'd be like, oh, geez, that's unfortunate. Somebody says love bugs. If I said you killed 2,000 love bugs with your car, right? All of those things. And then if I said, hey, you killed 80 dogs yesterday. Obviously, whoa, there is a hierarchy of the level of caring about animals, as there should be. And ants matter less than dogs.
Did I do that when I was walking around, or was it when I poured lighter fluid in the dog kennel? And
it was that, yeah. He kills all of the animals this way, folks. If you're not catching on here.
No, I love dogs. It was just my dog's birthday that we.
I think they like to pretend, Sealand, like there is no hierarchy of the importance of animals, and there 1,000% is. If I could press a button and kill every single termite on planet Earth, I might hit that button. I might hit it twice.
Screw up the ecosystem.
We'll be fine. It'll adjust.
That's what you think.
They'll find something else. The food chain will fill itself in. People get hungry. Animals get hungry. They'll find something else to eat. If I could hit a button to kill every love bug, okay, boom. Now, some of the animals I don't like are useful. Mosquitoes, look, I'd hit the mosquito button. I'd get rid of the mosquitoes immediately, right?
I can agree with that one.
And you might say that there's some part of the ecosystem that would be affected by killing off the mosquito.
I don't like mosquitoes. I don't like those mosquitoes. I never did.
Google says if all termites died, the global ecosystem would likely collapse due to a massive disruption and decomposition.
See?
No way. That's PETA writing that. There is no shot.
Eat the dead trees.
That is nonsense. There is no shot that if we lost every single termite on planet Earth, that everything would die off. That's just crazy. Yeah, that's just wrong. Buddy. I'm sorry. You guys believe that?
I believe it.
They're critical for recycling wood, breaking down plant waste, aerating soil, and sustaining the food chain.
Geez, I wonder what else does that. Maybe forest fires much more efficiently than these stupid little animals that try to ruin our houses.
Wow.
We don't need them. This is nonsense. This is on the behalf of people who argue like PETA does, where clearly there is a hierarchy of animals, and dogs and cats and some of these animals are more valuable to us.
Only you.
Especially in America.
Only you can encourage forest fires.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Rather than believe this nonsense. Termites are very essential coming from an exterminator. Yeah, to you for your job. For your job, yeah. But generally speaking, they're like, we could get rid of some of these things. And some things matter more than other things, animal-wise. I believe that. Like, isn't there a difference if I go out today and I kill a large palmetto bug. I don't know if you guys know what a palmetto bug is.
Yeah,
big roach-looking thing. All right, they're pretty big though, good size.
I think typically when I say roach, I'm talking about a palmetto bug.
The big ones, the ones that will crunch.
The same thing.
They'll crunch underneath your shoe, Josh. Those ones, big suckers.
That's what I left in the garage. Was palmetto bug.
If I went out today and I killed a palmetto bug and I came back and I said, last night, I killed a palmetto bug with my shoe, people would react to that one way. If I went out and I said, last night, I killed an orca and
with my shoe,
with the same shoe, just I was riding on it. I beat the hell out of the orca and I killed the orca. One man, one orca, and I came out alive and I killed this thing. Quite obviously, you, this very smart, very knowledgeable audience, would go 100%. Killing an orca is way worse because there's a hierarchy of animal value than killing a termite or a palmetto bug or any of these other number of things. They just want you to believe they're all the same. It's ridiculous. You know what the United States doesn't care about, friends? I'm just going to be real with you again here. The United States doesn't give a damn about chickens. Get to Googling for me if you don't mind. How many chickens are killed in the United States each year? Billions?
Lot.
What's your guess, Josh? What do you think?
Yeah, it would have to be in the... No, maybe not billions.
Hundreds of millions.
750 million.
750 million. I mean, we just kill so many of them. We don't care. We gas them.
They regenerate so quickly.
Yeah.
Sean, what's your guess?
I say 1 billion.
Okay.
I think 1 billion.
Well,
chickens.
Sean is closer.
All right.
Approximately 9 to 9.5 billion chickens are slaughtered for meat each year in the United States.
Just here?
The biggest genocide on planet Earth.
Are we selling it to other places?
This breaks down to roughly 24 to 26 million chickens processed every single day.
Yeah.
To put this massive volume into perspective, ooh, good. I like the Google AI is doing the math that I like to do. Hourly, over 1 million are killed.
My God.
Minutely, which is a word that I don't think I've ever said before.
Okay, every minute.
Minutely, around 17,000 chickens are killed. And secondly, that's not what comes after first. Every second, about 300 birds are processed.
300, right there. 300,
9,
300,
12,
300,
50.
300. I mean, we don't care about them. We annihilate them. You're all giving out rotisserie chicken recipes in chat. That's how we feel about this thing. It's just so obvious to humans that there's a hierarchy of the value we place on these animals, and there's different levels of care and not care about these things. Spiders, I'm sorry, my spider friends. If you are outside, I appreciate you, and I want you to eat up all the bugs and do good spider things. Great, have a great spider life. But in the off chance that I'm going to become Spider-Man somehow through a bite, I might appreciate that. But otherwise, if you're inside my house, all bets are off. You're going to die via the shoe or the board in this case, and that's just how it is. I didn't even get to the Waymos. I don't even know how. Didn't even broach the subject.
What you got up in that cup?
Little tea. Little bit of tea. Little bit of tea. All right, quick break. We'll come back with the Waymo story and your thoughts on all of this. Thanks for putting up with my voice today, but we're going to get through it. We are. I know. I believe in us. I believe in us. And we're going to get into the Waymo story. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Classic Alternative this weekend on Real Radio 104.1. Real Music Weekends are Classic Alternative.
From the Odoo.com Weather Center, Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
Happy Friday, Central Florida. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your forecast. And for today, we're going to be expecting a hot one. Temperatures will be a couple of degrees above normal with a high of around 90 degrees today in Orlando. We'll be expecting a partly to mostly sunny sky with still overall dry conditions and low humidity levels. If we do manage a couple of stray showers, most of those will take place to the east of Orlando. As we head into the weekend, though, spotty showers mainly west of Orlando tomorrow. Higher chance of scattered showers and storms for Sunday. today. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by True Green. True Green, the easiest way to get a golf course quality lawn. Don't wait. Sign up at truegreen.com and get your first application for $9.95. True Green, the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour. Let the pros do the work so you can enjoy your weekend. Hurry, offer ends 5/21. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
Hurricane season is just around the corner, and if you're going through your checklist, gassing up the generator, getting some extra water bottles, toilet paper, whatever your thing is for hurricanes, make sure you think about checking out your windows, because if you have old, like single pane aluminum windows, the ones that were put in your house when the house was built, well, you're not as protected as you would be if you say, I don't know, talk to my friends at Reese Windows and Doors and get a quote for their hurricane impact windows. They've been installing windows for over 50 years, and Reese Impact Windows come with that lifetime guarantee that transfers when you sell the house. Most windows are installed in under 8 weeks, and installation is included. And then, look, you're better protected from a bad storm, and you're more insulated, so it's going to help you out with that energy bill as well. If you want to win $25,000 in new impact windows from Reese, here's what you do. Pick up your phone, text the word TRUST right now to 20129. That's TRUST to 20129 for Reese Windows and Doors.
Car crash on the highway, slip and fall at the store. Bills keep coming, pain knocking at your door. Don't wait around, let the right team know. Orlando, stand up, just call Mo. Injured on the go, just call Mo. Orlando knows, just call Mo. Car wreck, slip and fall, just call Mo. Just call Mo.com, just call Mo. Your local Orlando injury firm. Injured on the go, just call Mo.
Orlando attorney Mo DeWitt, sung by a non-attorney.
Hey Orlando, Joe Rossi here for Greenway Kia. We've got 3 metro locations, meaning we have 3 times the inventory. All priced clearly on...
Hey, welcome behind the scenes. Welcome to the T Stream.
Congestion, drainage, still there. And that sniffle just doesn't stop. Experts say common allergy pills are associated with the
How are we doing today?
even dementia. Do you really want to be taking those for years on end? Aspire Allergy and Sinus helps thousands with treatment that actually works, so you can say goodbye to allergies for good. Go to aspireallergy.com to schedule your appointment today. That's aspireallergy.com.
If you're the victim of a car crash, never rush to settle with the insurance companies and never settle for just any attorney. Demand Amateur Levine. Call 1-800-747-FREE for a free consultation and take back control of your life.
Enough is Orlando.
Want a big green egg? For the lowest price anywhere, go to Wassy's Meat Market. They'll deliver and set up your big green egg so that you'll be cooking before they leave. Follow Wassy's Meat Market on Instagram or go to the website, wassysmeatmarket.com for your big green egg today.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend.
Give me your answers. If you could hit a button and kill off every single of one type of animal, you hit a button, every single one of that type of animal dies immediately. What animal do you kill? What animal? Humans? Humans is dark. Monkeys? No. Sloths? Sloths, you monster. We'll come back.
ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter.
Every now and then you find a deal that actually feels like a win. With Straight Talk Wireless, you get more and pay less. Now that's a good deal. No contracts, no credit checks, no surprises, all on Verizon's 5G network. Find it in the same place you've always found straightforward prices, exclusively at Walmart and StraightTalk.com.
If you want to buy or sell your home quickly, call Nick Lee. For a guaranteed cash offer, visit thenicklygroup.com.
The only show brave enough to admit we Google half this stuff. This is the news.
This today, you can watch the show on YouTube and twitch.tv/The News Junkie. And dealing with a bit of a cold and throat issue, so bear with me today here, but we're going to get through it together. Join us on the show with your dispatches, your emails, and all the rest. We've talked about the invasion of robots into our lives, talked about the invasion in our neighborhoods of all sorts of things like e-bikes and e-scooters and Waymos. And how far has this gone out of control, you ask? Well, I have an answer for you. This is in Atlanta, Georgia. It happened this week where an entire neighborhood was flooded with wayward Waymos. Waymos, if you don't know, for those oldos out there, or even young people disconnected from the digital world, Waymos are these automatic, how do I say this? Autonomous vehicles. A lot of cough syrup in the head. Autonomous vehicles that make their way through these neighborhoods. Josh, have you been in one? I know C-Lane has.
No, not yet. I've seen them, a few of them around here on like iDrive, though.
You see them around town. They drive around here. And in this case, they went into this Atlanta neighborhood and they just invaded the place. Let's listen in.
Video here captured several of the self-driving cars just clogging up a neighborhood cul-de-sac. The people living in the Northwest Atlanta neighborhood say dozens end up circling their community. Channel 2 Steve Gelbach is on one street where they want the Waymos to stop.
Oh my God.
Every little cul-de-sac around our area. So I think it's a real problem.
Waymo after. Oh God, they're passing each other. They're in this like cul-de-sac area. And there's dozens and dozens of them that have ended up in this Atlanta neighborhood for some reason. Why, we don't really know. But they've ended up in this area, and they want them the hell out of there.
Waymo after Waymo enter this dead-end street, usually early in the morning.
I think yesterday morning we had 50 cars that came through.
Oh, my
between
God.
6 and 7.
Neighbors on Battleview Drive started seeing the autonomous, driverless cars 2 months ago.
Do you think
groupings
50
and large
cars came through, or maybe 20 cars or 15 cars came through multiple times over and over and over again?
Oh,
It
good
could.
question.
They're all the same. They're white. They look exactly the same, and they're coming in the neighborhood, and it's annoying. So the lady's probably inflating maybe a little bit, but it's dozens of these things have entered their neighborhood.
number of Waymos just started circling in and out in the last couple weeks. They even shared video with us when neighbors used this little guy to put him right out here in the street to block the Waymos from getting into the
So they have one of those like neon yellow little plastic kids that you like
Slow
put
down,
out.
slow down, my kids play here.
Yeah, like sometimes they have a little flag on them, but it's like this little plastic thing you put in the road to say that children are playing nearby.
sack, and you can imagine what happened next.
Oh God! Look! I mean, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's at least like 12 or 13.
And then just
in
some
this.
other car that's kind of caught in the mix there.
Stuck, yeah. As all these Waymos have invaded this one neighborhood.
1.8 Waymos.
That reminds me of that movie Leave the World Behind, where there was that catastrophic event, and then all the autonomous Teslas just got gridlocked, blocking the road so no one could get out.
I totally forgot about that. You're exactly right. Yeah, like all of them ended up in one place, right?
Yeah.
And they're all here in this neighborhood. I don't even know if Waymo said why they're in the neighborhood, why they're in this area. Is there another attractive e-car in this neighborhood, and they're all very interested in her? What's the motivating factor?
There's a Rivian over here.
Yeah, what is it that's got these cars so excited about this? Let's see.
That we're stuck trying to figure out how to turn around.
The Waymos are empty and not picking anyone up. Parents are worried not only calling it excessive, but dangerous.
We're families, we have small kids, we have animals and pets, we've got kids getting on the bus in the mornings, and it just doesn't feel safe to have that traffic.
Neighbors reached out to Waymo and have not got a response. They've also contacted their council member, representatives, and GDOT. Don't know what to do.
We would just like to see them stay on main traffic roads. I don't think there's any reason to be on small residential cul-de-sacs if they're not picking up somebody.
Is it possible? I'm going to completely talk out of my ass here. Not in the Ace Ventura style, but close. All right? I want to ask
Is that side of you at least going to sound a little clearer? And
Probably, yes. It would more clear than this, right? But I'm just going to make some things up here. Is it possible that when you have a Waymo roaming around, if I was programming this, I would say I want the Waymos to be in this area because that's where they're most likely to get fares, and then we'll get money from the fares. Now, I don't want the Waymos, they can't just park anywhere, so they have to, here's a comparison that might make the most sense. I've heard of Uber drivers driving around the area near the airport.
Oh, yeah.
Because they drive around the airport around there, and then they can get a fare, and the fares from the airport are pretty good ones. So they might make $30 or $40 or something for one of those fares. So they sort of circle the airport until they get a fare that's ideal. Is it possible that Waymos are just trying to find a place to be until somebody requests one of them and they program them all into this area for some reason?
I feel like they should. Well, we saw in California that they had places for them to park, but it caused a big to-do, and then they were all honking at each other at 3 a.m, and the people that lived in these high-rises couldn't sleep, and they were super pissed about it. But there should be a lot. There should be some sort of staging area or something if they're going to do that. And if they're going to just drive around, then they really need to have like a wider berth of where they kind of roam. If
that was people in cars, C-Lane, would they legally be allowed to do that?
Sure.
Right,
100%.
So you could just wander around on public roads as long as they're public roads.
I used to do it, as a kid. Remember when you first started driving and you just kind of wanted to drive around and see stuff?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, right. Josh sent a photo, by the way, of that movie, Celia. Look how much it looks like.
Yeah. Did I see this movie? What's the movie called?
Leave the World Behind. Julia Roberts.
I think I did.
I think it was like direct to Netflix.
Was this the one that? Yeah. Was this the one that the Obamas produced?
Yeah.
Yes, I remember. I saw that movie. The thing that she said, that the mother said, that I kind of take a little issue with, was like, "Oh, the kids go to the school bus around here. It's more dangerous." And that part, I'll say, I think she's more wrong than right on. Because if a kid walks in front of a Waymo, that thing stops. When I was in the Waymo and the bicycle kids were whizzing by it, if they got too close to it, it would stop. Or if they did what they were doing and just smacking it on the hood, it would stop. I mean, the Waymos have a lot of sensors. They're programmed to stop. Plus, if there's that many of them flooding your street, they're not going that fast. Yeah, well, I think the kids are going to be okay. Is it annoying? Sure.
Can I ask you a really weird question, though?
Yeah.
Okay. If Jackson, your son, who's on his way to 3, what's his third birthday going to be called again?
Nothing But a 3 Thing.
Nothing But a 3 Thing. Great name. Now you guys have put so much pressure on. What was 2?
Oktoberfest.
Oktoberfest, German themed, second birthday. Nothing But a 3 Thing for 3. Now good luck. You've got to go all the way up the line, continuing to do this, because those are great things for their
until he starts to hate it, and he's just like, no,
I don't want to do it. So Jackson, let's say, God forbid, knock on wood, all the things, wanders outside, and he wanders into your cul-de-sac. You live in a cul-de-sac, and in your neighborhood there is either going to be 10 people driving 10 vehicles, human beings driving 10 vehicles, or 10 Waymos that Jackson has to maneuver around at 2.5 years old or so. Would you, based on what you just said, rather have the Waymos because of the sensors? And
yes.
That, the human, you actually think the human beings are more fallible?
Yeah, I do.
You're probably right.
I know.
You're definitely right. Actually,
I know that I have caught myself driving through, especially neighborhood streets where it's a little slower, where I'm like, oh, I just adjusted the radio for a second, and somebody could have jumped in front of me, and I wouldn't have seen it. You kind of have to catch yourself doing that kind of stuff. Whereas The car is always watching. And he's not the smallest kid in the world, but I think it'd be easy to hide from you.
Well, he's short because he's a kid. He's a 2-year-old. So the people might not see him if they're in a big SUV or something, but the sensors would be more likely.
Or I finally saw in person one of those stupid trucks that's lifted up front but not in the back. Squatted. I saw a squatted truck yesterday. And I was like, that is just as dumb in person as I saw in the pictures.
I think here's another neighbor filming this. 1, 2,
kidding me?
3. They speed it up here. Oh, there's not. Okay, there's another one. Oh, that one was going fast. Oh, 2x speed.
They sped it up.
Yeah.
Are we sure it's not the same ones hitting that roundabout coming back?
Yeah, I think it might be. I literally think they're just waiting in this neighborhood, and they're just going. And then once they get a ride, the Waymo would go off on its own and not be stalking them. But if it happened in my neighborhood, I wouldn't be excited about it. I would definitely be pissed off. I mean, I'm just telling you, the robots are coming. They're coming. It's going to impact every bit of your life. It's going to impact things you watch, things you do, the way you get around. It's going to impact absolutely everything. Your jobs, it's taken all the jobs.
What this sounds like to me is an opportunity for people who may own some land that's not being used right now, or may own a business or some property that's built on but not being used right now. Think of, locally here, the Fashion Square Mall.
Sure.
The place is a ghost town. They just closed the movie theater, and there's not a lot going on. But there is a lot of parking spots there.
That's true.
And if you owned that place, you could go, hey, call up Waymo and be like, listen, you pay me a little bit of a fee, and you can use this area as a staging area for your cars.
That's not a bad idea.
I have hundreds of parking spots here. They don't have to drive up and down the streets. It's a very central location, and you just can stage the Waymos here. Even better if you could charge them, but
right. I think you got to pay, right? Like Austin says, Waymo needs to have a program to have parking partners where you can opt in and let your driveway be used for parking and get paid for it. I mean, yeah,
that would be cool.
I think you guys are onto something.
Especially if I could opt into that for the hours that I'm not home. Hell yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, make a little money, not a lot, but you make like $10 a day for them to use your driveway, $20, whatever. People would do it, I think, for sure. Let us know if you would. Send us a dispatch at thenewsjunkie.com or email tips, TIPS, at thenewsjunkie.com. Quick break. We've got a lot on the way. We got an interview coming up in just a bit. We got This Week in Florida. We've got surprises along the way. We'll see if I make it to the end of the show. God only knows what's going to happen. It's all coming up next on the News Junkie.
It's back. The 2026 Orlando International Fringe Theater Festival, happening now through May 20.
All right. Dolomite upcoming. I got to do a quick read. And then Dolomite coming soon. Happy Friday.
Blocked. That's causing some stop and go. Heading through the city on I-4 eastbound near State Road 408. The right lane's blocked. Traffic's backed up there. I-4 eastbound near 429. There's a crash off to the shoulder to look out for. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by True Green. True Green, the easiest way to get a golf course quality lawn. Don't wait. Sign up at truegreen.com and get your first application for $9.95. True Green, the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour. Let the pros do the work so you can enjoy your weekend. Hurry, offer ends 5/21. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
C-Lane here. Let's have a chat, guys. Let's talk for a second. If you are starting to see the symptoms of erectile dysfunction, or PE, show up in the bedroom, well, it might be time to call Premier Men's Medical Center, because that's not something that just goes away on its own. And as much as you try to brush it off, joke about it, when push comes to shove and it matters most, those symptoms will continue to show up, and it'll mess with your head. It's a snowball effect that you lose that confidence and things are going nowhere fast. And your partner will notice that your relationship will take a hit. You can only ignore it for so long. That's why you call Premier Men's Medical Center. They're helping men get back to where they should be and feel like themselves again. If you're still depending on pills, hoping for a different result or having to up your dose because it's not working as great, it's time to call Premier Men's Medical Center. And 98% of men that go to Premier Men's Medical Center, they see results right there in the office, right there, same day. They're offering a free consultation, but you've got to call now. 407-723-7533. That's 407-723-7533. Don't overthink it. Just call the extremely knowledgeable, extremely helpful folks at Premier Men's Medical Center. Find them online at premiermensmedical.com.
Subject to credit approval and down payment. The time is now. It's time to get a car, and it's a great time to do it at Daytona Mitsubishi. It's zero down.
All right. What's happening? The True Geek commercial sounds like a Ring camera doorbell in the background. I don't know what you're talking about. I haven't noticed that. And usually I notice stuff that sounds like a Ring doorbell because it sounds like something that would drive my dog insane. Josh needs a lull mic. That's funny. That's funny. What's everybody got going on for the weekend? Anything exciting? Anything? There's a rejoin. That sounds like me going bop bop. I think you're thinking of the jingle, one of the jingles, but I don't know which one. I think I do know which one. It's one that gets stuck in my head. Da-da-da-da-dee. That one. Yard work. Boo. Gross. Don't like that. Offshore fishing tomorrow. That's a good time. Haven't done it in quite a while, but not bad. How far out do you go, Snoop Froggy? Red snapper tags? I didn't know that's something you get tags for. You say you need to use them. Do those kinds of things expire? I do not. I don't know how that all works. Rip down trees with an excavator and tear them in half? That sounds like a decent time, I shall say. All right, 43 seconds, and we got a fresh keyword upcoming. I think you can use it now. I think it's already usable. But the keyword is coin. C-O-I-N. Coin is your keyword, and we'll be right back.
/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Coming to you live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Accidents happen, but Mo's here to help. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or call 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando, an iHeart radio station. Guaranteed human.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, COIN. C-O-I-N. COIN. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm. And don't forget to answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
Real Radio 104.1.
No one's really sure what all C-Lane's buttons actually do. This is the new...
It's so good for us to be with you. Get away from the same three songs over and over and over again and hang out in the world's most viral newsroom. Learn more about the show over at thenewsjunkie.com. Couple of crazy things to work in here, right? A few things. One, this was the week where I don't know if I've ever had an experience like this. C-Lane, I think, early on this week, I believe it was this week, C-Lane does some story, and he mentions a person's name, and I go, I have never heard of that person in my life.
You hadn't?
Right? No.
I thought we talked about this guy.
I'd never heard of this person as far as I can recall in my life. And I'm big into streaming. Like, I watch a lot of streaming. I watch a lot of streamers. I know about a lot of the streamer drama. I happen to think right now that in broadcasting, what you might consider to be broadcasting or talk radio like this, I don't listen to any other talk radio shows at the moment. This is the first time in my life that has been the case. For the last 5-6 years, maybe a little bit longer, I don't listen to any other talk radio shows. Why? Because I find a lot of them to be quite bad, if I'm honest with you. I find them to be slow and boring and dull and not interesting in every single way you could possibly say it, right? So I don't really care about them that much. But what I find to be some kind of equivalent is a lot of these younger people who are streaming to an audience that gives them real-time feedback. One of the reasons why I think they're sharper and better than actual traditional broadcasters. Traditional broadcasters get almost no feedback most of the time. They're not watching a live chat that tells them when they're sucking or being boring or talking about planes again. They don't see that real-time feedback of the number of people who are watching going up or down depending on how entertaining you're being. They don't see any of that. These broadcasters are terrible. All right? A lot of them are they are so bad and terrible. All right? I don't listen to any of these other shows for that particular reason.
I could have sworn that we mentioned this guy on the show before because I had recognized his name and I don't know where else I would have heard it.
Well, say for the stations that we're on. Those are great stations, and everybody on there is very, very good. I'm not talking about those people. I'm talking about other stations. So I do watch streamers, but C-Lane mentioned this guy, and maybe we did talk about him on the show before. Josh, had you ever heard of Chud the Builder?
Not till this week.
Okay, I had not heard of this person. C-Lane mentions this Chud the Builder guy, all right? And I go, never heard of him. And what was the first story you told this week about this guy?
He was causing some trouble in a restaurant. That was early this week. He was live streaming after they asked him not to live stream. And then once they figured out that he was still doing it, they wanted him to leave. They were trying to give him his tab, and he said, screw you, and he left. And then they were accusing him of running out on his tab, and he didn't pay or something like that. There was something going on.
And if I'm honest, at that time I go, I don't know who this streamer is. Why is this making news? Why is this making the rounds, et cetera, et cetera? Come the end of the week, this guy that C-Lane mentioned, Chud the Builder, he's behind bars on a murder charge now. Okay? It's been a hell of a week for Chud the Builder. I think this is him in the moment when he's in court. He finds out after killing a guy that this streamer ended up killing, that he's got a bond of like 1.5 mil or something. Let's say.
I'm going to set just a bond right now till we have our bail hearing. Then I'll let you make all the arguments. We can go through all the factors in the statute and see if that gets amended up or down, okay?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to set initial bond at $1.25 million.
1.25 million. He closes his eyes.
1.25 million.
Oof.
1.25 million.
Yeah, that's out. That's a lot for a Chud the Builder. I don't know if he's getting enough kickbucks to get himself out on $1.25 million bond.
I thought he had been deplatformed from some of those places.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, like this guy, I think was just like a noted racist. Like this isn't something where you go, whoa, I don't know, let me give him a chance. Like I think the guy's just like almost an avowed racist. Like he's not a good dude at all. And he shot somebody outside a Tennessee courthouse. His name is Dalton. He's 28 years old. He's known for spewing racial slurs at people and filming it for his followers. I'm not going to play any of that for you, obviously.
Thank God.
But, yeah, I guess he was outside of a courthouse in Tennessee, and some guy came up to him, and they had a little back and forth going on. And next thing you know, this guy shoots him. And now he's on an attempted murder charge, facing a big sentence from 15 to 60 years. Absolutely crazy.
Not going to be doing a whole lot of building.
I don't think so. No, I don't think that's the case. Somebody says never heard of him. Neither had I until C-Lane brought him up this week. But what a roller coaster of a ride it was for that guy, for God's sake. Absolutely wild. Also, we're living in wild times. This has gone mega viral this week. 8.6 million views. 8.6 million views. AI has hit The Office. And I think what you're seeing here is
good
just,
or bad?
You tell me.
Okay.
You tell me, Celine. This is just the beginning of what is about to happen. Because all of the actors on The Office, they look different now. They've been through different things. You can't take this thing with such a cult following and do anything else with it unless you use AI and you go, take a look at The Office, take a look at all of the characters, make more episodes out of this. Somebody put Claude, the AI. Is that Microsoft? Is that their
Anthropic?
Is it Anthropic's Claude? They put Claude in an episode of The Office, and I mean it's not 100% there, but boy is it close.
Everyone meet Claude. He's an AI, which stands for absolutely incredible.
Corporate sent us a subscription. Michael bought it a chair.
Claude is here to make everyone's jobs easier. Watch this. Claude, first task, research this.
Now, I will say, it's more like the final seasons of The Office, where it's not nearly as funny, and it's a lot of like, ugh. But if you told me this was an episode of this show that they filmed, other than looking at a couple of things here and there, I might believe you. I might think when they talk to Dwight in a second here, it's like a little bit off, a little
That's
weird.
a stapler. Can Claude track, kill, and dress a mule deer?
Mouth.
Yeah, it's a little up.
Then I'm not worried about it.
I mean, it's
What a hilarious cold open.
It is not a great start. I agree, Josh. It's not a great start, but we are so close to that being a thing. When somebody goes, I'm a huge fan of The Office, which I am, and then they say, hey, you're never going to get another episode of that unless we do this. But if we're like one more or two more iterations into this, you won't know the difference. You could just think it was bonus footage that you were seeing or something like that. Crazy.
My question is, did a person write that script and make the dumb cold open, or did AI do that as well? Because if you're able to just feed a bunch of episodes of a show into AI and be like, make me another episode, write it yourself, maybe I'll give you a topic, and then you write an episode about that, and they can mimic the comedic styling, I mean, then you're cooked, but I don't think we're anywhere close to that.
Oh, when you say anywhere close, I think we're closer than a lot of people think. I think we are not like just remember how fast all of this has gone. And we are already to this point. All that's missing now is the mouths are a little bit off and the writing is not funny. It's just not funny yet. Yes, Insecure Walrus on TNJ chat says somebody wrote that, I think. AI just isn't funny yet. Yeah, I mean, look, it seems smart to people. It's not too far away when it seems funny to people as well, as soon as they put that feature in a little bit more. Kurt emails the show about termite swarming to tips@thenewsjunkie.com. Generally speaking, the ones you see swarming are not a threat, Kurt says. It's the subterranean ones that are bad. Interesting. This is the time of year they swarm. It does mean there are subterranean termites nearby the warmers. They look to establish new colonies that could become king or queen, says Kurt. Okay, thank you. More people on the termite front. Hey, buddy, with an old truck. I had a buddy with an old truck with wood trim. He went camping one weekend, then went home and parked in the garage. 6 months later, he had to tent the garage. What you want for your house is a termite bond. They come inspect and you pay a yearly fee to treat any infestations during that time. Tenting nowadays is only for extreme situations, all injected parasites. Okay, well, thank you for that. Also, quick note, Cat BH, thanks for the 5 gifted subs. Thank you so much. All right. Go grab those. The Secret Show subscriptions, you can gift them yourself by hitting the gift icon on thenewsjunkie.com. Or you can just grab one of these courtesy of Cat Butthole. You can say thank you to Cat Butthole, just like Night Nurse did over on TNJ chat. Go grab those gifted subs while they're available. We're going to reschedule this week's Secret Show, which, of course, on account of my voice, my throat, being sick and all that stuff, we're pushing that off. We'll reschedule it next week at some point in time. But thank you, Cat Butthole, for those. There's a huge catalog if you're new to Secret Shows, and I'd encourage you to go check them out at your leisure, I guess I should say. All right, more emails. Let me get to one or two more. Here is Mike, who says, "Good Friday, junkies. Here's a question for C-Lane, as I have an impression he has the tech savvy for this."
Right.
It has absolutely nothing to do with the show, so I hope he'll reply. I came close to John Denvering my TV this morning.
John Denvering.
What does that mean?
Crashing an experimental airplane into your TV.
Okay, that's one thing. Came close to John Denvering my TV this morning, but I thought it'd be better to try and understand what's going on. Can you tell me why it is that I can stream Hulu, Netflix, Prime, etc. with no interruptions, but when I try to stream CBS News or ABC News, it constantly freezes? I never see the little daisy wheel thing spinning that normally indicates my Wi-Fi is bad. It just stops the stream and I have to start it again. It drives me effing nuts. Is there anything I could do, or should I suck it up, Buttercup? Have a great Friday, Saturday, Sunday, says Mike.
I would have to know so much more about your setup, but it sounds to me like maybe those particular services aren't optimized for Wi-Fi, or like your Netflix and your Hulu are. Maybe they're just not optimized for streaming in general like some of the other ones are. I wouldn't know.
At risk of turning into tech TV, which would be bad for the ratings. But I did like that show. Shouts out Leo Laporte.
Leo Laporte, baby.
Yeah, you still got them Hawaiian shirts on, pal.
He's still alive?
Here's what I'll tell you, and this may be right. I may be crazy, right?
Michael, don't do Billy Joel.
I have heard that Netflix, Amazon, and Hulu at your local internet provider have boxes, so that when you're streaming a television show or something, you're not streaming it connecting to a million different things all across the world. They make it easier to serve up Netflix, Amazon, and Hulu because they have a dedicated box at the internet service provider that has all of the content on there, and they stream it really close to you. I don't think CBS News or ABC has that. So I think that the problem is you have enough bandwidth for this one thing that's like a close connection, but if you're trying to hop, skip, and jump across a bunch of internet points, it's slowing down. But, you tell me if C-Lane's answer was better than that. Boom! Hurt myself. That hurt. That hurt. I think that's the correct answer. Thank you. Appreciate that. Quick break. When we come back, I might have just done myself in with that boom.
Why did you do that, man?
This is like when, Josh, who was the football player who hurt himself celebrating his field goal? Who was that?
Oh, God.
Was that Grammatica? Who was it?
Encyclopedia Grammatica.
They get like a field goal kick, and then they were so excited they celebrated, and then they hurt themselves on the celebration.
Stephen Daly?
Stephen Daly. Stephen Daly it right there.
Sure did.
Yeah, Stephen Daly did, unfortunately. Keep those dispatches and emails coming in. Quick break. We're back with more coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is the Jim Colbert Show.
What kind of snack would you have while you're looking at amputee porn, Jimmy? Is that a fiddle faddle moment? Cheez-Its?
Pretzel nubs?
Jack with the win.
The Jim Colbert Show, weekdays at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
There's a couple accidents that might cause you some trouble this afternoon on Florida's Turnpike northbound past US 192. The left lane's blocked. That's causing some stop and go. Heading through the city on I-4 eastbound near State Road 408. The right lane's blocked. Traffic's backed up there. I-4 eastbound near 429. There's a crash off to the shoulder to look out for. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by True Green. True Green, the easiest way to get a golf course quality lawn. Don't wait. Sign up at TrueGreen.com and get your first application for $9.95. True Green, the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour. Let the pros do the work so you can enjoy your weekend. Hurry, offer ends 5/21. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
Get ready for the ultimate freestyle experience. Monster Jam Freestyle Mania, presented by Spin Master. Full sand family fun. Coming to Kia Center August 8th and 9th. Brought to you by BKD Tires, your local Ford dealers, and Morgan & Morgan. Visit MonsterJam.com today.
You've taken allergy meds for years. Are they helping? Congestion, drainage, still there. And that sniffle just doesn't stop. Experts say common allergy pills are associated with depression, weight gain, even dementia. Do you really want to be taking those for years on end? Aspire Allergy and Sinus helps thousands with treatment that actually works, so you can say goodbye to allergies for good. Go to aspireallergy.com to schedule your appointment today. That's aspireallergy.com.
Breaking news, Memorial Day is coming early. At RC Hill Mitsubishi, RC is on site in DeLand.
Jan, these folks know how to party. It's Memorial Month with special incentives now through Memorial Day at RC Hill Mitsubishi in DeLand. Memorial Day savings all month long. Look at this happy customer.
I was buried in my trade. I had like 20 payments left, but you got me out, RC. Woohoo!
That's right, I'm paying 3, 4, even 6,000 more for your trade. And what about you?
Well, I saved a heap of cash. Got a new Outlander, only $349 a month.
And Outlander SUVs received the highest IIHS safety rating. Plus get 0% financing for 72 months.
They got 200 certified pre-owned, many under 20 grand.
RC got me approved with a local credit union. Yeah, I got a low rate, too.
It's Memorial Month. New Outlander SUVs, all the tech, third-row seating, and a lifetime warranty.
At RC Hill Mitsubishi in DeLand.
Just 2 miles off I-4. RCHill.com.
Offers plus tax tag entitled to qualified buyers.
Orlando, celebrate magic at the Orlando Storm's final regular season game on Friday, May 22nd. One lucky family will be named our Family of the Game. Presented by Walt Disney World, and win 4 Walt Disney World annual passes from the Orlando Storm. As an annual pass holder, you can explore all 4 theme parks, meet iconic characters, step into beloved stories, and enjoy thrilling adventures again and again, creating magical memories every time you visit. Entry for a chance to win is available during Orlando Storm games at Inter&Co Stadium. So grab your tickets today at UFLstorm.com. That's UFLstorm.com for tickets.
Sell your home fast and for the most money with a guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today. That's markspain.com and start packing.
To everyone looking for a little something extra, Delicious Rewards has officially arrived at Culver's.
With Delicious Rewards, you earn 10 points for every $1 you spend. Those points can be redeemed for free menu items. Because the more you enjoy Culver's, the more we love rewarding you for it. You'll even get special treats every now and then just for being a fan. Plus a more personalized Culver's experience. Join today at culvers.com/earn and start earning points with every purchase.
From Wisconsin with love, welcome to Delicious. To everyone who thinks bold burgers are worth celebrating, let our team member Isabe tell you about the Colby Jack Pub Burger at Culver's.
I could talk about this pub burger all day, but our guests said it best.
This is the best pub burger. That sauce? So good.
That's why it's back now for a limited time.
Fresh beef, Wisconsin Colby Jack cheese, crispy onions, and zesty A1 pepper mayo.
Let us make one for you at Culver's.
From Wisconsin with love, welcome to Delicious.
If you want your windows there and wait, pick up the phone and just text Reese.
Win $25,000 in new impact windows from Reese Windows. Pick up your phone and text the word TRUST right now to 20129. That's TRUST to 20129.
When disasters hit and cell networks fail, Rapid Radios keeps you connected. Instant push-to-talk with coast-to-coast range. No contracts, no monthly bills. Trusted by law enforcement, government agencies, and over 500,000 users. Always ready when your phone isn't. Because in an emergency, seconds matter, and reliability isn't optional. Go to rapidradios.com. Use code RADIO for 5% off and free shipping from Michigan. Rapid Radios. Communication redefined.
My dad passed away unexpectedly. Of course, it was awful in every way, but we are very grateful that he had life insurance. So even after he was gone, he was still able to provide for us. And that's why I have life insurance for my family. Ethos.com. They make it fast and easy to get covered. It's 100% online. You get a quote in seconds, and you can apply in minutes. You get covered the same day.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/save. That's ethos.com/save. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required. Rates may vary.
Hello, I'm Robert Smigel. I did lots of things. Cartoons on SNL, Conan stuff, Triumph the Insult comic dogs, some movies. But now I'm past my peak. So I'm hosting a podcast, Humor Me with Robert Smigel and Friends. Each week, me and my favorite comedians, writers, and whatnots help regular people just like you, presuming you're regular, who have some project or task that they'd like us to help make funnier.
Search Humor Me on iHeartRadio, America's #1 podcast network, and the Webby Podcast Company of the Year.
Need more animals, more gators, and more fun? Y'all need Gatorland.
This portion of the News Junkie is brought to you by that mortgage guy, Don.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with that
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, COIN, COIN, coin. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm. And don't forget to answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
Riding the daily roller coaster of viral news from the front row. It's the
So good to see you. So good to have you with us. Lots to talk about today. We'll get to more of you and your feedback here momentarily. Join us with that over at thenewsjunkie.com. This is the time of year when a lot of people in college are getting their commencement speeches, which is always funny to watch because, either it'll be somebody who gets it wrong in some way. We played earlier in the week the incident at UCF, University of Central Florida, where the woman was talking about AI and it did not go over well. She's like, AI is bringing about the next industrial revolution. And all the kids, it was like the art department. They're like, boo.
Whoops.
It did not land very well. And then other schools, they would go, what are we doing here? We paid all this money to go to this college and we had to Google the commencement speaker because we didn't know who they were. Wow, which is always fun. I'm like, I hope you guys survive this. I hope you survive this very tough moment.
Well, we couldn't
here.
have Seth MacFarlane come and do the Stewie voice again?
Yeah, right. Like, and then they're like, oh, totally worth it. How much did you pay for college? Well, I mean, my parents paid $250,000 for my useless degree.
That's fine. Giggity-giggity-goo.
Right, we got Quagmire. Quagmire was at the commencement speech, so we're all good. One of the ones that is getting a lot of attention, however, I guess people were excited about this, is the University of North Carolina, where the country singer Eric Church was their commencement speaker.
Okay. Yeah.
And, I mean, I don't know anything by him, I don't think. I don't know what an Eric Church song is.
He's a little more in the mainstream country arena.
Yeah. Does he have
Drink
a
in My
song?
Hand would be the one you would probably be closest to knowing.
Strangely
All
enough,
gotta do is put a drink in my hand.
Oh, that's him?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I know that song. Yeah, I know that. So I guess some of the people at UNC would have known who he was.
For sure.
But I guess they were blown away by his commencement speech. Let's see what he did here.
Wonderfully, distinctly. There's a sound only you can make, a voice that has never existed before you and will never exist again.
All right.
A contribution only you can bring, a way of seeing that belongs to only you. The world does not need another cover song. It needs an original.
That's rude to the cover song people.
It'd be funny if we played a cover song.
Living
Six
on
strings.
sponge cake.
6 strings.
If he just ripped into but this is the last one we're gonna do here.
Pina Colada Berg.
Yeah. So I guess
son of a bitch.
Is he gonna actually play a song? I mean, that would be cool if that was your commencement speech.
Life and willingness to keep them in tune. 6 principles, 6 pillars. When all 6 are in tune with each other, the chord your life makes is full and resonant and true. All 6 will drift. Not 1 or 2. All 6. In their own time, in their own season. Your faith will go quiet when you need it loud. Your family will get complicated in a way only the people who love you most can complicate things.
The only thing I'm feeling is I feel a little bit like that sunscreen song.
Oh, yeah. Everybody's free to wear sunscreen.
Yeah, I feel a little bit like the Baz Luhrmann sunscreen song here. But like what he's saying is right. Your life is these 6 strings on this guitar. And when they're all in tune, they go beautifully together. Over time, they will all go out of tune together. And I guess maybe the message is you're supposed to retune them or something, or buy a tuner, or
you will go through hard seasons with your spouse. Your ambition will hollow out, and your resilience will wear thin. Your community will start to feel like an obligation, and your world will try to sand down the edges of exactly who you are.
This is kind of negative.
This is not failure. This is not weakness. It's the inevitable, universal experience of living in an imperfect world that doesn't stop to let us tune up. And
Don't
the difference
worry
between
about
a
the
life
future.
that sounds like music
worry,
and a
but know
life that
that
sounds like noise.
You know, it's weird. I feel like if I was a big fan of Eric Church and I was watching this at my commencement address, I'd be like, is he going to play the song? Because it seems like a guy about to play a song over and over and over
It'd
again.
be hilarious if he just did that the whole time and never played a song. Like he just kept doing the opening strum and then had another thought, opening strum, another thought, couple strums, another thought, and then was like, all right, that's my time.
You ever seen a band live where you're like, oh, they're just about to play the song? Like if he strummed here and he's like, and every once in a while, you realize all you got to do is put a drink in your hand.
Oh!
That's a song. That's a song right there. But then he just keeps going. He doesn't actually sing the song. He just continues talking about it.
It's whether you stop and listen, whether you're honest enough to hear which string has drifted out of tune and humble enough to make the adjustment instead of just turning up the volume and hoping nobody notices.
All right.
We get
Because
the
you will
metaphor,
notice.
Eric.
The part of you that knows what the chord should sound like will always notice. It will not let you go.
We're
Life won't be
business
right until
majors.
it is tuned. Trust what your heart hears and is telling you about your song. So graduates,
here we go.
I encourage you to take your 6 strings, make it something worth hearing, and play your song as I leave you with mine.
Oh, yeah. Here we go. Oh, he's crying. They are crying.
I carry you in my heart.
All right.
Your memory comes over me like the dark and like a phone call from my baby saying, honey, I miss you like crazy.
They're liking it.
Yeah, kind of like the sound of a siren song.
Siren song.
Oh, Carolina, you keep calling me home.
Okay, it's a
I get
Carolina song. I see. Carolina, keep calling me home. I get
Tar
it.
Heels.
Yeah, I bet the people liked it. The crowd was really enjoying it.
He's from Granite Falls, North Carolina, and is minority owner of the Charlotte Hornets. So he's got a pretty decent base there.
For him.
Man, I mean, that's something else. It would be pretty exciting, I think, to give a commencement speech like
Fowler territory up there. If am I wrong?
Get off my turf, son.
that. Oh, are you from North Carolina? Is that where you're from? Oh, I didn't even know
Greensboro,
that.
though.
Greensboro, North Carolina.
If you can believe it.
Is that like a rich kid area, Josh, or
No.
No? Okay, all right.
It might be now. I don't know.
But isn't like North Carolina the superior Carolina? Isn't that the case?
I mean, if you survey a certain amount of people, you would find that to be true. Yes.
I mean, don't we just know these things a little bit?
Yes,
like,
better Carolina?
Doesn't everybody know that Virginia is better than West Virginia?
That's different, though.
Hold on, that's Purdue Pharma's fault.
Virginia's better than West Virginia, right? I mean, and then North Carolina, like little nicer.
Well, Charleston's cool.
I was going to say I'm more of a South Carolina. I got Charleston
Really?
roots.
All right. Okay. Well, there he is at the commencement speech, and we'll see what you think about that. Send dispatches, emails at the tips@thenewsjunkie.com or thenewsjunkie.com direction. We'll see what you have for us. Quick break. Come back with more of your feedback in just a moment. Also, we got the hot sheet. We got This Week in Florida. C-Lane is going to take the reins for some This Week in Florida action. Then we got an interview, which is going to be an interesting little twist on things. That's coming up in a bit. Don't miss anything. It's all coming up next on the News Junkie.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Brought to you by MyEternalVitality.com and Modern Plumbing Industries. At 8 p.m., it's the Orlando Shine Show with Brendan and the Bus. At 9, we all find out what the hell is Angel listening to. Tonight on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your Central Florida forecast. And for our Friday, we are going to be expecting another warm one and overall a pretty dry day, too. We'll be expecting a high of 90 degrees today in Orlando. We'll see these hot temperatures continue into the weekend, but generally speaking, it's going to stay pretty seasonable. We'll be expecting a few spotty showers, mainly near the coast today, and then tomorrow, higher chances west of Orlando before scattered showers and storms, a 60% chance by Sunday. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. The best trips are the ones you share. So discover mountains of fun together in Pigeon Forge. Experience hiking in the Smoky Mountains, thrill rides at Dollywood, and even walk alongside dinosaurs. And getting here is easier than ever. Start planning at mypigeonforge.com.
If you have questions about how a mortgage works, well, that mortgage guy, Don, is the one to ask. He demystifies the mortgage business, and he helps out all kinds of people with the different mortgages that there are. If you want to find out about a reverse mortgage, that mortgage guy, Don, can help. Rates are improving. That makes the terms even better. And if you want to find out how it works, he'll get you some numbers, explain the details. A reverse mortgage can be a lifesaver for people over 62 on a fixed income. Get a quote with no hard credit inquiry today at thatmortgageguydon.com.
Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote with thatmortgageguydon.com.
Hey Orlando, Joe Rossi here for Greenway Kia. We've got 3 metro locations, meaning we have 3 times the inventory. All priced clearly online with Greenway all-in pricing. The price you see is the price you pay. No games, no additional fees, just total transparency.
Quit it. Son of a bitch. All right. Let's see how my papers are looking here. No hard credit. Nice little soft credit inquiry. It happens. It happens, guys. Elmer. Haven't heard that name in quite a while. Quite a while. Got Britney Spears news coming up. All kinds of stuff. We're going to have some fun, guys. Yeah, let's have some fun. It's page 1 of that one. Fudd, comma, Elmer. It looks so official. What's my hair doing? As much as I do my hair, the damn headphones are going to mess it up no matter what. Sport, I would look at them if there were some Britney Spears nudes. I mean, we've all seen some of her. But I would give it a gander. I'm surprised we haven't, honestly, since she got so crazy and was like half naked on Instagram anyway. I bet you that cell phone she's sporting is full of nudes. All right, got about a minute and a half. I got to go grab my papers. Let's do this.
Finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter. Wait until you hear this. You could save hundreds by switching to AARP Auto Insurance from The Hartford. Visit trusthartford.com. The Hartford, your protection is our passion. The Hartford Insurance Group, Inc. pays royalty fees to AARP for the use of its intellectual property. AARP and its affiliates are not insurers. Savings vary.
That red talkback mic on the free iHeart app, it's more powerful than it looks. One tap can get you in the conversation.
You guys, are you serious?
Enter to win something amazing.
That $1,000.
Or just a request.
What up?
Try it now. Just open the free iHeart Radio Radio app.
iHeartRadio's Thank a Teacher, powered by Donors Choose.
$5,000 to spend in your classroom.
Thanks to you, more than 50,000 teachers have been recognized for the amazing work they do in classrooms across America each and every day.
$5,000 in school supplies.
I'm so excited.
Congratulations!
We're helping get teachers the resources they need to inspire the next generation.
All the people who help our children to learn and thrive, it's a partnership. We can't do it by ourselves.
Just go to iHeartRadio.com/teachers.
Watching the world burn with some friends since 2007. This is
Viral in many ways today. Thank you for putting up with my voice. I apologize. I'm going to take the weekend to recover, fully be back, and just absolutely on fire on Monday. But in the meantime, we have a lot to get to. Hey, I want to say a big thank you to our friend Waterboys with the 5 gifted subs over on thenewsjunkie.com.
Yeah,
you can claim those Secret Show subscriptions. They are available for you right now if you've ever wanted to see what was going on with uncensored Secret Shows and to fully unlock everything, including the ad-free live stream on thenewsjunkie.com. Go do that. Go do it right now. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Say thank you to the Waterboys for the 5 gifted subs, and we greatly appreciate that. And right now, it's time, friends. Let's do the hot sheet.
Yeah, let's do that right here.
Check the hot sheet. It's news.
He wasn't ready.
But not like real important news.
Best investigative reporting on the planet.
The top stories from the people on your screens and speakers are on the hot sheet.
Internal thing going on here, but we are ready for the hot sheet. It's the nonsense news. It's what's going on, what people are talking about as we kick off our weekend. And we start with some sad news. At age 90, soul singer Clarence Carter has passed away tragically. Confirmed by Rodney Hall, president of Fame Studios in Muscle Shoals, Alabama, a studio which the late singer regularly frequented. The publication Rolling Stone cites a spokesperson for Carter's ex-wife, Candy, who revealed that he had recently been diagnosed with stage 4 prostate cancer, as well as battling pneumonia and sepsis. I'm sure Josh knows the answer to this question, but Sean, what would you know Clarence Carter from?
God, I have a guess, but I feel like I might be wrong. Is it the Strokin' song?
100%. I stroke it to the east.
Yeah.
I stroke it to the west.
Yeah.
Now he's stroking it in heaven.
Oh.
Are you allowed to do that?
Well, there's only one way to find out. You got to try, Sealand. You got to. When you die, if you go to heaven, you just start, and then you see if you get ejected.
I get redistributed.
Yeah. What happened? Right downstairs.
Despite me only knowing stroking, they said his defining song, Patches, which does not ring a bell to me, was released
Just
in 1970. Patches.
Oh, okay.
As in, like, I've got a hat with patches on it or a jacket or something. It peaked in 4th place in the chart. Thank you.
Yeah, when I think of patches, I definitely think a hat. Yeah.
You never had a hat with a patch on it?
Got that patched up hat. I mean, yeah, definitely. Yeah,
I got patch hats.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Plenty of patch hats, man.
Okay, all right.
Get off me. Okay. He also, I looked for Clarence Carter in the system, and the only song we had was a Christmas song called Backdoor Santa. And it's suggestive.
So it could be that the Patches song is also about something sexual.
It could be, but we'll never know because he is dead.
Yep.
Over to Britney Spears, who I guess is out of rehab.
Congrats.
And now there's been reports that she was acting a little erratically, just a little bit crazy, which is on par for Britney Spears. But a rep for Britney shared a statement with People magazine after it was reported she was erratic in a restaurant. And she said, no, it was just fine. She was enjoying a quiet dinner with her assistant and bodyguard. She was simply telling the story about how her dog was barking at the neighbors. At no point did she put anyone in danger with a knife. She was just cutting her hamburgers in half, and that's why the knife thing came out.
If you're Britney Spears, everything you do is like taken so differently. If I walk around with a steak knife at a restaurant, nobody's going to say anything probably. But Britney Spears does it and starts barking like a dog, and things change dramatically. They also, by the way, look at this. They have surveillance video of her when she got out of rehab going to the liquor store. And I go, when you're one of us on the show, you go to the liquor store and nobody's doing anything. Nobody's going to release the video of it. When you're Britney Spears, your trip to the liquor store makes it on the news.
Well, the rep continues this constant attack on everything that she does. This is exactly what happened 20 years ago when the media tried to depict Britney as a bad person. This is ridiculous, and it needs to stop now. Earlier this week, TMZ cited sources who claimed 44-year-old Spears was sharing a table with two people at Blue Dog Tavern in Sherman Oaks the night prior, and she had been allegedly began screaming and barking, which would, lend to the idea that she was telling a story about her dog barking at neighbors.
Sure.
Didn't know that you need to do that much barking to tell the story. You could just say barking.
If I'm telling this story and my dog is involved, I'm probably not doing the barking.
No. A customer at the restaurant told the outlet Spears walked by their table holding a knife. And I think just anything with Britney and knives right now, after she had that crazy Instagram video where they kept photoshopping her into a hibachi grill, that just kind of lends itself to online ridicule. But we move on. It's Splitsville for some big Hollywood stars. First off, Jason Biggs and Jenny Mollen. No longer Jenny Biggs. They have split after 18 years of marriage, according to Us Weekly. The American Pie star and author of Live Fast, Die Hot met on the set of My Best Friend's Girl in 2007 and eloped in a private ceremony the following year. Did you guys know this? Because Biggs said one of the things he credits his now ex-wife with is helping him get sober. Did you guys know that Jason Biggs had a huge cocaine problem?
No, but I believe it. Yeah, it makes sense.
Why does it make sense?
I mean, it just seems like a guy who would have a cocaine problem. If I'm being frank about things, if he came out and he's like, guys, I haven't told anybody about this, but I am addicted to cocaine, I would not be blown away.
He's told a podcast in June of last year, one of my craziest stories was I was doing cocaine by myself in my house, and I did what I said was the last line. He said it was 4 a.m. My wife doesn't even know that I'm up doing coke and I need to get to bed. So he dumped the rest of the coke in the trash and then quickly retrieved it when his high wore off. He said, within 15 minutes, as soon as my last bump is wearing off, what am I doing? I go into my trash, I take it out, and I do a line. Then I said, I got to get rid of this. So I went outside to the trash bins you have out front of your house in L.A., and I threw it in one of those, and I said, okay, I'm done. Biggs then went back outside to retrieve the drugs again to do another line before driving the cocaine stash to a neighbor's trash. He later went back to the dump site and retrieved the stash again. This guy just did not want... You have a toilet, don't you, Jason?
Doesn't he have American Pie money? Can't he go buy some more? Does he have to continue to fish it out of the trash can every time?
I mean, it's 4 a.m. and there's, a lot of people are sleeping.
Not the cocaine guy.
Not the cocaine guys. But he said in a January appearance on The View, his wife was the one that helped him get sober. And part of that was her getting pregnant. Just said, this is the time. This is. I need to put these things behind me. Also on the chopping block, relationship-wise, Pete Davidson and Elsie Hewitt have parted ways several months after the birth of their daughter. And I saw TMZ had a story where Elsie Hewitt, Monday they posted this, where she posted some things about her first Mother's Day, and they're like, ooh, amid problems with Pete Davidson, he's nowhere to be found. I'm like, Pete Davidson was at the roast. He was busy. Yeah. He spent Mother's Day, doing the Kevin Hart thing. But apparently there was trouble in paradise there. According to The Sun, the relationship fell victim to the comedian's busy work schedule following baby Scotty's December 2025 arrival. Pete has been traveling so much for work, but Elsie was craving more support from him at home after their daughter was born. It was very hard for him because obviously he has to work to make money. Well, duh, Elsie. A separate insider told the outlet the breakup happened recently. They are just focusing 100% on the daughter. The Saturday Night Live alum and model were dating, and the king of Staten Island was previously very happy to be in a romance with someone he called very different from his multitude of past girlfriends. But I think we all know that Pete Davidson's going to be okay.
Why is that?
Because Pete Davidson pulls hot tail.
He tends to.
And his Davidson.
Yeah, Pete Davidson we went from Kim Kardashian to Kate Beckinsale.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which a lot of people asked him about at the roast, which not awkward at all. Also, I don't know if I believe this, but James Franco says, listen, guys, I'm just chilling. I have not been hiding out. I haven't been hiding from anybody this whole time. James Franco attended the 2026 Cannes Film Festival alongside his longtime girlfriend, Isabel Pagzad. And he says, it's not true that I've been hiding out. He told Deadline at the festival after appearing on the red carpet a day earlier. He said, I've been here the last 3 or 4 years running, selling things. They treat me well. I get to go and see great movies at the Cannes Film Festival. Franco and his girlfriend were among the stars walking the carpet at the opening night screening of The Electric Kiss. His new action thriller, Foster, also had a market screening on Monday of this past week. Of course, in 2018, he was accused of sexual misconduct by 5 women, 4 of whom were his acting students. He settled a lawsuit with 2 of the women. Records people obtained at the time showed he agreed to pay $2.235 million in the settlement.
Not bad.
He says he's just trying to go forward and live a positive life. Let's take a look at It's the Weekend. Let's see what's streaming, what's new, what's available to look at this weekend and beyond for your streaming pleasure. We've got Pop Culture Jeopardy Season 2, hosted by Colin Jost on Netflix. Bobby Farrelly, the wild mind behind There's Something About Mary and Dumb and Dumber, at least half of the minds, because it was the Farrelly brothers, but this seems to be just him, dropped Driver's Ed. That opens in theaters, and it's on demand already as of today. Yellowstone Heads Dutton Ranch, the spinoff and sequel to Paramount Plus's hit neo-western, picks up where Beth and Rip Wheeler, as they try to build a future on their Texas ranch. That's going to be on Paramount Plus this weekend. Lisa Ann Walter gets her first comedy special, Faces of Death.
Yeah.
Not the real Faces of Death, but a movie that's inspired by the 1978 VHS exploitation film, which had people unsure whether or not it was real and was banned in several countries. There is a new thriller based on Faces of Death. This one has a bit of a 2026 edge where they say the lead character works for like a TikTok or YouTube.
Yeah, I saw it.
She works. Are you seen it already?
Courtney and I saw it the other day, and then we went to the bar afterwards, and the guy, the bartender goes, what were you guys doing? We're like, oh, we just finished watching a movie. And he goes, what movie did you just watch? And I said, Faces of Death. And he looked at me like, what the hell is wrong with that?
The original?
He didn't know there was a new one, and that it was like sort of a totally different take on it.
What'd you think?
It was okay. It was, it wasn't bad.
Yeah.
It was kind of decent.
In this new one, Josh, Margot is part of the department where content is screened for community guidelines. So she has to watch all of the stuff that gets posted. And she has to either block it or leave it to the attention economy. And some of the violent videos look super real, and some influencers are going missing. Video game fans, Devil May Cry is getting an adaptation. That's season 2. There's a new series on Netflix that's a heist series called Nemesis. So if you like those kind of shows and movies, if you like a good heist, Off Campus is on Prime Video. Of course, a lot of people are talking about Marty, Life is Short, and I was kind of hesitant to watch it, but I have been since told by a handful of people that it's really, really good and not as sad as I would worry that it would be. And if you weren't one of the ones that rushed to the movie theater with your friends to watch Project Hail Mary, it's now available for purchase on Fandango at home. If you already have a quote for a mortgage and you haven't started shopping around, if you're just going to take it, you might be wasting a lot of money. It's the number one mistake people make when getting a mortgage, not comparing it with other quotes. And it's super easy to do because you can just go to thatmortgageguydon.com, take a picture of your quote. You can do it on your phone, upload it right there on the Compare Your Quote tab. Don will review it with you and tell you if you're leaving money on the table. It's super easy. So if you are shopping for a home, you would do yourself a favor and take advantage of the services of That Mortgage Guy Don at thatmortgageguydon.com.
Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote with thatmortgageguydon.com.
Thank you, C-Lane. I want to ask everybody, specifically in chat, would you All right. Would you spend money on this? South Korea has just opened a theme park, a robot theme park in Seoul, South Korea.
Yes.
You can box robots. There are K-pop bands featuring all robots. It's entirely made up of robots, and you interact with them at this theme park. Here's, for those of you on YouTube watching us or on Twitch, here's what it looks like, okay? All right, they got boxers. They have gloves on.
Do you control one of the boxing robots?
Yeah. It's like Rock'em Sock'em.
I thought you meant you physically box one of the robots.
I thought the same thing. I thought this was like a Westworld kind of thing without the banging.
No, that would be better. But, yeah, you Rock'em Sock'em. Then they got performances with the robots. It's Galaxy Corporation. I wouldn't spend a dime on this, just for the record. Not
Looks
even.
boring.
Yeah. If I can fight the robot, maybe we're talking. All right. Now, if I can get in there and beat the hell out of it, pull the wires out, smash pieces off of it, now we're talking. But otherwise, I ain't paying money to go to your stupid robot theme park. Good day,
Tell him,
sir.
buddy.
Good day, sir.
I said good day.
When we come back, we got This Week in Florida, followed by an interview. We've got a nice interview coming up. It's going to be interesting, so don't miss out on that. And a whole lot more on the way as we roll on a Friday. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
35 years of weird. The Orlando Fringe Festival. Now through the 25th. All the info at orlandofringe.org.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Left lane's blocked on Florida's Turnpike northbound past US 192. That's causing some stop and go. Keep right to avoid those delays. I-4 eastbound near State Road 408. There's a crash off to the shoulder causing some slowdowns getting through the city there. You're going to get caught up in some typical slowdowns on I-4 between Osceola Parkway and Apopka Vineland Road. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by True Green. True Green, the easiest way to get a golf course quality lawn. Don't wait. Sign.
Hello. Welcome behind the scenes of the show. I'm halfway there. I almost did it. How are we, everybody? How we doing? Are we hanging in there? Are we good? Hey, Ted. Hey, Ryan. Hey, Shallow. Hey, Johnny. Hey, Pierogi. Egg Boy. Hey, everybody. Hope you're doing well. Did I miss the plane story? There have been 0 plane stories so far. Nope. Shit! Hey, Ryan. Hey, Mike. Sports Johnson. Hey, everybody. If you want some great content where my voice is strong and robust, dive on into Secret Shows. Huge catalog of shows. Enjoy some at your leisure. I got to tell you, I'm excited for this next Secret Show if you are a subscriber. And the reason is, I've got a little surprise to debut on this next Secret Show. It's going to be very interesting. A little surprise. If you're on Medicare and living in the Orlando area, getting great dental care doesn't have to be confusing. This week in Florida, just a couple minutes. When is it? Next week. Are you feeling better, same, or worse? I am feeling fine. At this point, I don't feel super sick. It's just my voice needs to rest. And I'll rest it after the show, Saturday, Sunday. Monday should be normal. Should be normal. When is Secret Shows? Well, the next Secret Show is going to be Thursday at 8 p.m. But we're going to make up the one that was this week at some point in time. I don't know when. Thursday, 8 p.m. Sean, you get colds too often for somebody who works from home? Do I? I mean, just because I work from home doesn't mean I don't interact with people. I interact with people every single day. So you get sick sometimes. Here's the deal. When you get sick, it's easier to blaze past the throat issue because you want to talk for 4 hours a day probably. That's what kills it.
When was the last time solar was this affordable? Try before 2020.
Is next Thursday a double Secret Show so we can see fourth half Sea Lane? I don't think the world is ready for fourth half Sea Lane. Are you? Are you ready for that?
Clean, reliable power with Florida's most trusted solar team. With over 75,000 installations and an industry-leading 20...
All right, we're going to get through this. We're going to get through this today. You need tighter seals? True. This is what happens when you ruin my seal. Sea Lane fucking ruined my seal. Look what happened. This is the cause and effect. Can we move Secret Shows to Wednesdays? No, we can't. No. I mean, you could watch it whenever you want. At your liege. All right, here we go.
Multi-month plan. Additional port-in ID verification or device financing requirements vary by device. Purchase limits apply.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along. Which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter.
Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisor. Visit TrajanWealth.com.
Live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. From car accidents to personal injury cases, Mo has you covered. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM, HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station guaranteed human.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, CASH. C-A-S-H. Cash. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm and answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
No one's really sure what all Sea Lane's buttons actually do. This is the News Junkie.
A rundown of all the insanity in the Sunshine State. We'll see what went down. We'll see what happened. We'll see how bad Florida looks or how wild it gets, all in just a moment here on the show. Don't forget, if you miss any of the show, you can always join Podcastville and all the lovely podcasters out there. The number one podcast in the southeastern United States for iHeartRadio, the nation's top podcast outlet. Thank you so much for listening to the show, whether my voice is good or bad. We appreciate you being on board today. Should be back to normal next week. But for right now, I think it's time to go on a journey, friends.
I think we should. Ooh.
All right. Are you ready, C-Lane?
I'm ready. Josh
Here we
seems
go.
super excited.
Is he? All right. I hear a little bit of excitement in his voice. Let's see if it changes here when he finds out we're doing This Week in Florida.
Giving you a recap of the most groan-worthy stories in the state. It's This Week in Florida.
That's right. The weekend is here. It's time to take a trip around the Sunshine State, see some of the craziness that has gone on in the past 7 days or so. And we start with something very serious, very important.
Oh, really?
Because integrity is important in This Week in Florida. Journalistic integrity, first and foremost. And there's a Florida news site that has shut down after getting busted. It says they had fake AI reporters, stolen content, and even a fake editor-in-chief. If you've ever read a news story, friends, if any of your Facebook friends have ever posted a link from the South Florida Standard, it was until recently a website offering regularly updated local news stories in the Sunshine State, covering topics from politics, economics, sports, tourism, environmental issues, tech. It was also merely a digital mirage masquerading as local news, according to a report by the Florida Trib. It had AI-generated reporters and stolen content. Now, it doesn't say necessarily that the stories were fake here. It just says that they were some AI, or somebody using AI to just make a completely fake news site, including fake reporters. For example, Sofia Delgado, who was identified as the editor-in-chief of the South Florida Standard, had a bio that described her as a bilingual mother of two who was raised in Hialeah, and a pleasantly smiling profile photo. But that reporter, editor-in-chief, happy Hialeah mom, does not exist. Virtually none of the reporters listed on the site did. I mean, the guy who thought this up and used all the AI to fake it didn't even put his own face on there. They had other people named Grant Hollister. That was the real estate and business reporter. Sports reporter DJ Lattimore, searching for any online records of these quote-unquote reporters, finds a scattering of online profiles with copy and pasted bios across a variety of social media platforms, but no posts, no updates, no proof of any actual human life behind stock photo-esque images. Somebody did a lot of work on this. Like, I know that there was some AI involved, but it seems like to make all those fake profiles.
Why?
Yeah.
Like, it's not like those websites make a lot of money or anything, I don't think.
I'm sure it had ads on it.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Much of the content published by South Florida Standard appears to have been lifted from Florida Politics, a website run by publisher Peter Skorsh, whose coverage has become a must-read for many political insiders and journalists. But, I don't know if they were making any money. If not, it's just a waste of money. It's a waste of your AI credits. It's a waste of your hosting.
Yeah,
like,
you're
what's the
burning
point?
tokens. What the hell's going on here?
So we have a thing that we like to do as Floridians, and all over America, but I've seen this happen in Florida a bunch, where you have something that is a nuisance, and you go, what's the good idea to do now is eat it. During the big iguana freeze this past year, people kept sharing their stories of iguana pizza and like iguana kebabs.
Iguanas, lionfish is another big one. I think they try to get you to eat them.
Yes, lionfish was another one that is, poisonous, I think, or is it venomous? I never remember.
Yes.
If you get stung by it, but if they cut off the barbs, they were supposed to be kind of a delicacy. And now experts are trying to solve another major problem in Florida. I don't know that people are going to be that on board. Not that I thought they were with the iguanas. But according to officials with Florida International University, who put out information last week on a new research initiative, they're trying to examine how Florida sargassum could become food.
Who?
Sargassum.
Okay, I've seen this
I
written
hardly know
somewhere,
it.
but what is sargassum?
It's
from
seaweed. It's stinky seaweed. The stinky algae that floats in island-like masses has been known to wash ashore along Florida's east coast in huge stretches. The huge blobs provide refuge and food for a variety of sea life. They can leave odors that smell like rotten eggs when they wash up on the beach.
Oh, yeah.
The stench is caused by a toxic gas that can be harmful for people with respiratory issues. That's why some of the oldos can't go to the beach when they got the sargassum, flaring up.
Quick check-in with chat, the folks watching us live on YouTube and Twitch. Would you eat this? All right. Sargassum or whatever you want to call it. Seaweed from Florida. They're trying to get us to eat it because there's so much of it. Are you going to eat it? Would you be interested? Yes or no? All right, we'll see.
The massive blobs are costly to remove. They're trying to say, how do we get rid of it? Experts are instead asking, can we use it for something valuable? For example, we extract high fructose corn syrup from corn to make things sweet. We extract agar from microalgae to turn things into jellies. Since sargassum is a type of algae, we thought it might contain useful compounds, even if not traditionally used as food. Per the experts, they discovered that it has compounds like alginate, which is often used to help thicken foods like ice cream and other dairy products. It sounds like they don't want to just put this on your plate and saute it with some butter and garlic, but instead they're thinking maybe if we harvest this stuff and extract all the alginate, we can use it to make gummy bears and vegan stuff.
No, absolutely not. Nah, we've got I'll try it. We've got I like nori, so why not? I feel like the stuff that washes up on the beaches, though, is not going to give you what you get from some Japanese restaurant.
Don't think so. Not at all. Nori is pretty good, though. A man was secretly recording men in the restroom using his Meta sunglasses, or maybe they're not sunglasses, maybe they're just, but he was using the Meta things.
Yeah, Meta Ray-Bans, right?
61-year-old Florida man arrested on Saturday on charges of video voyeurism after filming men in the bathroom at the Naples Pride Fest and posting the video to YouTube. Andrew Sheets posted a 40-minute body cam video of his time at the event, which included bathroom footage. Also showed him asking various vendors and attendees whether they think it's against the First Amendment that the nearby streets were blocked off, presumably for security so that protesters could not get too close. Many told him it was likely a response to last year when the anti-LGBTQ plus extremist group Proud Boys showed up. He said when he was caught that he was trying to catch people grooming. He was trying to catch grooming.
That's what they all say.
That's why he was using his Meta smart glasses in the bathroom. He used them to record men using urinals. It says in the title of the video he was documenting.
So this guy is like, I'm looking for creepers out here, and you go, you're looking for creepers?
Yes, I was just looking to see if there was one on your penis.
In the bathroom with my spy glasses. Yes. I'm looking for creepers. You might be the creeper in that situation.
It says he claimed in the title of the video he was documenting the grooming churches at the Naples Gay Pride tranny event. He spelled that wrong. Cops had me followed everywhere. The video is still up on YouTube. He uses the restroom and captures others in a mirror while washing his hands. The people recorded ended up being two undercover cops who reportedly told police they felt shocked and embarrassed by the video posted online. The undercover cops didn't even get him.
I would love to see a Pride Fest undercover cop. Like how are they dressed?
Like an incredibly effeminate man, like just over the top,
like
gushing.
In South Park, where the detective dresses up as a prostitute.
I would like it even more if it was not an effeminate man and he just showed up for his assignment that day, and they're like, "Here's what you're wearing," and he's like, "What the actual
son of a bitch?"
Down in Miami, I bet you thought he wouldn't get away with this. I bet you thought, nope, this is not going to end well. But a burglary suspect, they say, his criminal trial was delayed briefly when the accused man defecated and cast feces inside the courtroom.
Jesus.
He threw his own poop at a Miami judge, and then the jury acquitted him.
This is easy. Folks, all right, here's the lesson for you. All you need to do is throw your own feces in the courtroom.
I do not condone that advice. No.
Okay, fine. If you want to go to prison, don't do it. If you don't want to go to prison, this guy won. He threw a little feces and he won.
The excrement from Dorleans Philidor, 33 years old, was aimed at but did not reach Miami-Dade Circuit Judge Lisa Walsh. Lawyers fled as county police officers and corrections officers swarmed the courtroom. He was heard yelling as they were trying to take him down. It's protein.
Ew.
It's good for you.
That's disgusting.
The incident happened when the routine morning court calendar, no jurors were on hand yet. He was sitting in a wheelchair near Judge Walsh, who scrambled away as her bailiff yelled for her to run. What is it? He also consumed some of the...
Oh, my God. Look,
some of the protein.
Do you want to go to prison or not? All right? This is a very aggressive move. But if it works, that's one thing.
I just want to just stop for a moment and say that we have an interview coming up, and this guy's been on the line for a while, and he's laughing. He's just sitting here listening us talk about this absolutely ridiculous stuff. And
he's fully unrelated to any of this. He has nothing to do with anything. No. And the guy's watching. He's like, "What the hell?
What did I sign up for?" Yeah. All right. Well, we'll wrap up soon, sir, and we'll get to you. Former Florida prison officer charged with having sex with an inmate. A now ex-prison officer has been charged with 2 counts of sexual misconduct, 2 counts of conspiracy to introduce contraband, and 67 counts of unlawful compensation or reward for official behavior. The contraband, that sounds like very scandalous. Mm-hmm. This woman who was having sex with prisoners was also smuggling in cigars.
Oh, okay.
And she was doing it.
Lewinsky.
It was absolutely the Lewinsky. That was how she got those particular cigars into the prison. Let's see. A bachelorette party at a West Palm Beach Airbnb turned frightening after police say a man watched women through the bushes and exposed himself. The unknown man, later identified as 51-year-old Noel Robledo Masariegos, was hiding behind bushes near the home, watching women during the bachelorette party. And last but not least, a nurse found several items in a Florida man's butt during surgery for a stab wound. Michael O'Neill, 43, was suffering from the stab wound when he arrived at St. Petersburg Bayfront Hospital last month. A nurse found drugs and paraphernalia during the surgery. Call it due diligence or a medical professional's intuition on the part of the nurse, but whatever the reason, she found out that he had been using his rectum to store drugs and drug paraphernalia. And to make it better, this isn't the guy's first rodeo. This is not the first time he's been caught hiding items in his butt. Mm-hmm. Once he recovered from his injuries, which apparently was on last Friday night, he was booked into jail for cocaine possession and possession of drug paraphernalia. Smoking Gun also reports that it's not his first drug-related arrest. That's hard to say. Not even his first time being found with items there. His prior convictions include DUI, possession of cocaine, methamphetamine, fentanyl, and narcotics paraphernalia. The other butt-related storage incident, they say, took place during a jail strip search and discovered 2 baggies of fentanyl and crack rocks.
Wow.
My guess is he continues to use nature's locker. That's it for This Week in Florida.
Thank you, Sealand.
He's covering his face.
Yeah,
I can't take the camera right now because I don't have the button, but he's covering his face. If he lasts through the break, we've done something right.
We may or may not have an interview when we come back with somebody featured in a viral story today, but C-Lane about drove him away there. We'll see what happens. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
There's a...
Hello, welcome behind the scenes of the show. What was that? It is now. We got an interview coming up next. This poor guy is listening to This Week in Florida and he's going, he's just horrified. Here we go. He's on the grid. All right, excellent. This should be interesting. I like to learn about things that I don't know a lot about. So we got an interview, a guy related to a viral story, and I think you're going to like it. We're going to have some fun with this, okay? Okay. And here's what I want. I want some good questions to ask this guy. Do not let me down. Mr. Predicto, will they give us some good questions for this next expert?
There is no doubt.
Yes. Okay, good. I need you to live up to that, all right?
Okay, so you have the center stage iPad? I don't know. I noticed that it was moving around with you. Mine does that, but I hardly ever use it.
Celine's trying to bond with him over technology. Oh, you've got one of those iPads? Oh, wow. Yep. Very interesting. Can you learn things you already know about? You can. It's not very useful, but you can. We got you. Well, I'm going to need some help, yeah. I want some good, targeted questions for this next guy. He's right here. Oh, he just moved. Oh, it's gorgeous out there. Oh, wow. Oh, his background is awesome because of what he does. It's going to be great. 2 minutes. Did you see the guy who stabbed the cop in the chest? You have to see the mugshot. I did see that story where the guy stabbed the cop and his bulletproof vest, I think, blocked the stab. Who is the guy? I'll explain in just a moment. Ask him if pistachios have a smell. We're not going there again, okay? The subject, you guys, I will let you in on what's happening in just a minute, I promise. All right? It's going to be a fun little chat. What is he an expert on? We can start formulating questions now. I think it's more fun if we discover in real time. I'll tell you the story. We'll talk to the guy. He's eager. He's excited. He was just horrified by this week in Florida. We got some good momentum going there. Vicky, you'll know in just a moment. He's not a cough syrup expert, no. He's surrounded by shirtless men all of a sudden. I have to get some more water. It's an emergency. It'll be fun. Not the wall.
Are they helping? Congestion, drainage, still there. And that sniffle just doesn't stop. Experts say common allergy pills are associated with depression, weight gain, even dementia. Do you really want to be taking those for years on end? Aspire Allergy and Sinus helps thousands with treatment that actually works, so you can say goodbye to allergies for good. Go to aspireallergy.com to schedule your appointment today. That's aspireallergy.com.
Okay. Here we go. Put on your Larry King hats. Hey Ricky, how you doing? Here we go.
Plumbing Industries. From houses to high rises, these guys are Central Florida's plumbing company. Employee owned and in business since 1975. Their integrity and workmanship are second to none, and they have some great deals as well. If you mention the Jim Colbert Show, you'll receive $50 off your service call. Book your appointment today at 407-327-6000 or hop online at modernpi.com.
Gracie Abrams has a brand new song. And it's on the newly released playlist on the free iHeartRadio app. Your no-cost destination to hear all of the songs that were just released, including Drake,
Atlanta, tell you about my run, you know what I'm saying?
Megan Maroney,
Call me the traitor.
The Strokes, Maluma, and so much more. Open the free iHeartRadio app and search new to listen now.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, CASH. C-A-S-H. Cash. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm and answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
Filling in the gaps between the New York Times and World Star. This is the
Welcome into the world's most viral newsroom. So much to talk about today. Thanks for being with us. Learn more about the show over on the website, which is located at thenewsjunkie.com. When I saw this story, I was like, we got to talk to this guy. We have to learn a little something. It's good around here. As much as C-Lane and Josh don't want to do it here, We got to expand our minds a little bit, all right?
Man.
We got to learn about some things, okay? And I saw this story about this guy. He's a hero in my book, all right? He's a hero. This is a guy who is a bee rescuer, all right? That's what he does. Yeah, he is the bee rescuer, James Caperton. And I saw a story about him removing 20,000 bees from somebody's backyard shed, and he takes them in, he like nurses them back to health and stuff, and it's a whole to-do. So first things first, let's make sure we got him with us. James, are you there?
Hey, how's it going?
There he is, James Caperton, the other bee guy.
There you go.
Yeah, what you go by.
I'm adjusting to those previous stories.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I'm Florida man, but it's not that interesting.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that because we didn't think about where we placed you in the show, and you'd have to hear some ridiculous stories as you were waiting, but very professional, this guy.
To be fair, though, not as many of our guests are as punctual as you are. I mean,
no.
A lot of them, they got stuff to do. They're
He's
usually
a professional.
Late. I know.
He's a professional and he's a hero.
Right.
So I got to ask you, let's start with this, all right? First of all, James, when I hear that you go to somebody's house and you rescue 20,000 bees, is 20,000 bees like a lot for you, or have you done much bigger, or where does that land?
You know, it depends. A typical hive is going to be 15,000 bees. Something that's been there for a year or two could be twice that big, 3 times that big, 4 times that big. So I've done some really, really, really gigantic ones. If you go on my social media, I post everything on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, and the handle is The Other Bee Guy.
All right.
There's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of videos. You'll see some videos on there. They're just massive hives that people have just let go for years and years and years. And they called me to fix the problem, and I can get in there and get it done.
What's the worst situation that you can recall that you've stumbled onto? They call in you're the other bee guy, and they go, James, help us out. What would you see?
Well, things that are not accessible. So crawling around under somebody's house is pretty difficult. Trying to get the equipment under there and trying to, if somebody doesn't want, the house tore up on the side, you got to crawl underneath, or again, heights. I did a bee removal on one of the buildings downtown Orlando. It was 25 stories, and the bees were on the glass up on top by one of the swimming pools, and I had to lean over the sside and get the bees off the side of the building. So that story is posted on my social media. You can see some pictures, but a lot of times I'll rent lifts. I've done a bunch out of Disney, on 4, 5, 6 stories up, and you got to get a lift, and you're working off the side of the building. So those are a little scary.
That's precarious. Okay, Celia, what were you going to say?
You're talking about the number of bees. I'm guessing pretty confidently that you're not counting them one by one. What do you guys use?
No.
What do you use to estimate the number of bees that are in a hive that you're removing or rescuing?
I can look at it and tell. I mean, the bee community has done studies on how many bees are in a cup, and then you can kind of just get an idea. A nice size ball of bees, could be 10,000 bees.
Are you really good at that party trick where you have to guess the jelly beans in a jar to win the prize?
There you go. So the drone bee is a boy bee, and so the cool thing about the drones are that all the bees in the hive are girls.
Yeah.
All the workers are girls. The queen's a girl. Everybody's a girl. But during swarm season and mating season, they gotta have a boy, right?
Right.
To make the babies.
So
they
there's
have a boy.
one in there?
So the girls, they will go to the eggs that are female, and they will feed the girls a certain amount of girls. They'll feed them an enzyme that'll turn those eggs into boys. So there's three different types of bees in the hive. There's the queen, there's the girl workers, and there's the drones. The drones are the boys. And so the drones they don't have a stinger, and they do not go and collect food.
So like trans bees?
All they do is eat and have sex.
Okay.
And so,
Nice.
so certain times of the year.
That was 26 for me, 26 years old.
So at certain times of the year, as we progress through the year and fall hits here, the girls all murder the boys.
Okay.
So they don't eat the food. They're no longer mating, and so they murder them. And then at the beginning of the year, in January, February, the girls start making boys again, so they have they can continue to mate.
Wow.
So the party trick, you asked about a party trick. The party trick is to show up and do a presentation about bees and pick out a drone. I know what they look like, and just toss it in my mouth and then bring it back out, and everybody freaks out. Hold on a second. Everybody will freak out because they think I'm going to get stung in the mouth or something, but the boys don't sting.
Where are you at your place there? Is that where you're at right now? Okay.
Yeah. This is my.
It looks beautiful.
This is my wife's beautiful garden. My wife is a teacher at Boone High School, and she spends a lot of time out here. I'm with Orange County as well. We didn't talk about that. I've done 26 years with Orange County Public Schools.
Yeah.
So I was a teacher at Boone High School for 22 years. And then transferred over to Orange Technical College. So I'm a counselor at Orange Technical College right now, helping people get their GEDs, helping people get into electricity, welding, truck driving. So if there's anybody out there that needs help in any of those areas, they can come over to John Young and Oak Ridge, and I can help you out.
This guy does a little bit of everything, a little bees, a little truck driving. When you rescue the bees, James, do you put them there behind you at your place?
Well, I'm a registered beekeeper, so I can keep bees here at my house legally, but only so many. So sometimes when I do the removal, you're evicting them from their house. Mm-hmm. And so sometimes it goes well, and sometimes it's harder. If you're evicting somebody, sometimes it can be difficult. So if the removal is difficult, I will bring them back to my house so that I can nurse them back to health. And then I have multiple locations that I take bees, undisclosed locations, because I don't want anybody stealing my bees. I want the honey.
Is it possible if we have some enemies that you just unload the bees on them for us? Is that possible?
Well, that happens when I do a job and I quote somebody, and I go over and do the job, and then it takes forever for them to pay me. I call them up and I'm say, "Hey, I got your bees, and I'm going to bring them back. You better pay me."
All right. Okay. So you've been doing this for a long time, James. What are the like? Do you? Because I've seen people who go get bees sometimes, and they won't even be wearing the whole bee suit.
Yeah.
Do you wear the whole getup, or do you just raw dog it?
I do. It really depends on the bees. So, let's say you go to 10 different locations, 10 different hives. Mm-hmm. Bees are like people. Some people you could bump into them and they're like, "Man, that's cool. We're good. You're chill. Everything's good." And then somebody else you could bump into them and they pull a gun out and start shooting you. Mm-hmm. So bees have a personality. So when you watch those videos, I think there's a girl in Texas, pretty blonde, that doesn't hardly wear anything, and she's doing the removals. I think there's a girl in Tampa that does it as well. They make fantastic videos, but again, those are 1 out of 10. Sorry, I've got chickens.
The girls are 1 out of 10, or
the hive that they video is 1 out of 10.
Yeah.
Because most of the time they're going to have to put the full suit on.
Okay, we do have some questions coming in. Somebody asked on chat, do you sell honey? Is that something
I do? Yes. So if you go to my website, it's theotherbeeguy.com. Mm-hmm. There's a tab on there that's honey. Now it's self-service on the honor system. So when you're when you're in the neighborhoods, sometimes these chickens are loud.
Oh, you're
Be
fine.
quiet. I'm on the radio.
You're fine. Forget about the chickens. The guy can handle all the bees in the world, but the chickens are going to do him in. Don't worry about it. They're good. All right. So anyway, it's the honor system.
Self-service. So like when you go into a neighborhood, and you see one of those book houses, take a book, leave a book. Mm-hmm. I have one of those in my front yard, and it has a lock box where you could drop cash, and I keep about $100 worth of honey in there. And if somebody steals it, then they needed it more than me.
Get out. So if people go to your place, there's like a free honey. Well, not free. You're supposed to be on the honor system with the honey thing. And they take a little honey and they're supposed to leave a little money.
You got it. That's how it works.
By the way, you can use that. Take a little honey, leave a little money if you want. Go ahead. Have that. What is the, another person says, have you heard of bee racing? If you have, do you have any thoughts on this?
Bee racing?
Yeah.
No. Well, you get stung. It's who runs the fastest.
No, I think it's the other way. I think you race the bees somehow. I don't know exactly how it works.
I never heard of that one. That's a new one.
Somebody says, "What's the worst situation you've been in with bees attacking you?"
Say again?
The worst situation you've been in with bees attacking you.
It depends on the time of the year. Sometimes if the hive doesn't have enough food, or if if something's wrong with their queen, they can be more aggressive than other times. It really depends on the time of the year. But as far as the bees, a bee sting to me is like a mosquito bite. It doesn't affect me at all. I get stung every single day. So,
what if it gets you like, in the crotch?
Hey,
Has it ever? It has to happen. You've been around bees your whole life. You're rescuing bees out there in the balls. Has it ever one time? Has it ever happened?
I can't recall.
All right. Okay. Just checking. I would just have to ask you all the important questions, sir. This is like 60 minutes.
It doesn't affect me at all. Maybe early on when I first started, maybe, but now it doesn't affect me.
All right. It's James Caperton, the other bee guy out there rescuing bees.
And the website is theotherbeeguy.com.
Theotherbeeguy.com. Or just drive by his house and just grab all the honey.
Is there
That's great, man. I think it's really cool what you're doing there. Should we be worried about bees? Do we got a bee problem, or is that hype?
It depends on what state you live in. In Florida, we're a tropical environment. There seems to be plenty of bees. If you lived in Mississippi or you lived in a place where they had a lot of crops and they're spraying chemicals, it's our fault. We're spraying chemicals on them.
Yeah.
In January, the state of Florida, all the commercial beekeepers put their bees on diesels and send them out to California to pollinate the billion-dollar almond industry. Why? Because they don't have any bees in California, because they're spraying chemicals all over the almonds. So, I'm not really sure. It's not hype, but it's our fault.
Yeah, okay. I mean, that makes sense.
Wouldn't you be kind of hesitant to send your bees to California if you know that they're likely just going to, get sprayed and
kill them all?
Yeah.
It's all about the money.
Yeah, he's a businessman.
You can make a couple $100,000 in a month. Of course, that's what you're do.
Okay, hold on. Put a bookmark on that spot there. But somebody says, is it true or false that if a bee stings you, it dies?
That is true. So, a wasp and a honeybee, the wasp stinger is straight like a needle.
Yeah.
And the honeybee's stinger has a curve in the end of it.
Yeah.
So when the wasp stings you, he can sting you like a machine gun 7-8 times and not die. The honeybee, when he stings you, his stinger gets hung in you, and when he pulls it out, his guts come out.
Oh my God.
So most of the time, a honeybee is going to bump into you. Hold on. So
yeah. Right.
Most of the time, a honeybee is going to bump into you and warn you, leave us alone or whatever.
All right. The other question, you said $100,000 for bees. I can make big money in the bee world?
It's farming. It's very difficult. If you can, Florida is known as the bee incubation area because most commercial beekeepers have a location in Florida because they breed bees and grow bees in Florida. And then whenever the pollination is happening, they're sending their bees to pollination. They can make several $100s a box. And so you'll see these diesel trucks with 1,000 bees on there. If you're making, a couple $100s a box, you're making a lot of money as far as once a year. Now, those bees might come back sick, but then you just, bring them back to Florida and nurse them back to health.
Yeah.
There's tons of videos on YouTube of people taking their bees out, out there. But
James, when you say nurse them back to health, I'm picturing like a whole little nursery and all the bees in there. It's a nice thing. But I can I ask you, is there a way to call bees? Is there a bee call?
No, never heard of that one.
Okay. I'm just funneling the questions through to you.
Bees communicate with pheromones. So they're not making noises. They're not talking. They're talking with smells. So when a beekeeper comes up to a hive and you see them with the smoker and they're hitting the bees with the smoke, basically that is eliminating the communication tool of saying, hey, there's a bear. And then all the bees go attack you. When they smell smoke, they go and suck up honey. It takes 8 parts honey to make 1 part wax. So if their house catches on fire, they need to go suck up the honey, because when they move to a new location, they have to have the resources to create a new nest. And so a beekeeper will hit them with the smoke a little bit, and that calms them down so that they can't, say, attack. Now, if you're doing bee removal or you're checking on a beehive and you don't have a smoker and they start putting that pheromone out, it smells like bananas.
Really?
So when you're working around a hive and you start smelling bananas, the bees are going to start tearing you up.
Oh, so that's something to look for. So if we smell bananas, that's like a warning sign.
Correct.
Okay. Pierogi says, by the way, any recommendations on starting backyard beekeeping? Do you recommend against that for people?
No. Anybody in the state of Florida can become a beekeeper. If you become a registered beekeeper through the state, it's a nominal fee. And anybody can become a beekeeper. Again, I tell people there's two types of beekeepers. There's a bee haver and there's a beekeeper. So typically you're a bee haver for the first couple of years. You bought them and you have them.
Yeah.
It takes a couple of years to learn how to manage them and treat them and process honey. And so typically people will buy them, and then their first year or so, their objective is just to make sure they don't leave.
Yeah.
And you get used to working with the bees and not be scared. But after 2 or 3 years, when you start learning how to do it, then you become a keeper, and then you can multiply the bees. You can do management techniques where you get more honey. So, yeah, everybody should become a beekeeper.
James, last question for you. We just had a cold snap, and if you have bees and you got like the weather dips down into like the 30s or something, what do you have to bring them inside and keep them warm next to you? What does one do?
Yeah, we brought them all into our house. My wife liked that. No, just kidding. They're in the bedroom. Don't worry. They'll be okay. They won't get out and sting you. No. So, they raise bees in Alaska.
Really?
They raise bees in Canada. There's honeybees all over the world. So,
wow.
Florida, we really don't even have a winter. So you don't have to do anything. Now, the bees are Florida. So I'm from Florida. So if it's cold outside, I'm freezing to death. So I'm sure the bees are cold, but it's Florida. You're not going to freeze to death. Nobody's going to freeze to death. And so the bees during the winter will just huddle up. They live a little bit longer in the winter because they're not flying back and forth working themselves to death. So the bees in general will live longer. Typically, bees live about 6 weeks.
Oh, wow.
So they work themselves to death. The queen's laying 2,000 eggs a day. And so she's making more eggs and babies than are dying off.
Wow.
And then during the winter, they can live 2 times that, 3 times that. So they may live 12 weeks. They may live 18 weeks because, again, they're not flying themselves to death, working. They're just, they're conserving their energy. They're balling up in a mass, and they keep themselves warm at that 98-degree temperature. But, I never have any bees freeze to death. It's just the bees get slower, and then, people don't realize they have them in their shed or in a tree because they're not flying as much. And then, when February hits and we have that first warm-up spell, then
they come, right?
Everything starts happening, and, you end up getting a lot of calls to help people.
Well, James, we appreciate you. The other bee guy, James.
Woo.
The website, where's the website again?
www.theotherbeeguy.com.
There he goes. All right, James.
And then,
thanks for joining us. What were we going to say?
All right, buddy. Thank you.
No, go ahead. What were you going to say? I don't want to cut you off.
So I was just going to say on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, it's The Other Bee Guy.
There you go. Thank you, James. We appreciate it. Have a good day, bud. There he goes. The bee guy. We learned some stuff, right?
That was fascinating.
Nice guy.
Yeah, we learned some things about bees. You never know what you're going to get on this show. Quick break. When we come back, jury duty is on the way. We've got some big stories there to get into. An MLB player on blast. Wait till you hear this audio to play for you, and so much more. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
AI avoids awkwardness. We lean into it. Real Radio 104.1, guaranteed human.
This is what's trending from iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission.
NFL schedules for the upcoming season are out. The Jaguars open at home against the Browns. The Dolphins will visit the Raiders in Week 1.
Wow. That guy was fun. That was a good time. Don't Mike. Great teacher. Yeah, I would definitely see him being a good teacher. It just good talker, tells a good story, fun dude. Yes, it was. So, yep, B-Guy. Best interview of the year? Well, thank you. Thank you. Hey, is Moses coming in?
He sure is. He's on his way right now.
Sweet. I needed to know if Moses was coming in because I got to rearrange my buttons. Rearrange my buttons. There we go. Moses button. Ready to go. Give him a B+. I don't know. I thought he was A material. Hey, Barbara, you have a wonderful weekend, too. Wonderful weekend. No, it's so funny during this week in Florida. I kept looking over, and he's already on the Zoom, and he's got this big old, Duck Dynasty beard. And I was like, oh, this guy is sitting through a fun time here. Tower. I might go get some honey from that dude. Might go get some honey. Unbelievable. Sport Johnson. Sport. Was who listening? I like this vibe too. Definitely. I need to go check out TNJ chat. Hang on. Not giving enough love here.
Dolmac breaking news. Sun State John gifted 13 secret show subscriptions.
Sun State John, 13 subscriptions. My gosh. Oh, and it's right as I say it. As I live and breathe. Sun State John, thank you, sir. You go pick those up at thenewsjunkie.com. Click the claim now thing up. One of them's already been taken. One of them's already taken, already scooped up.
Nice.
2 now. That's so funny. 2 have been taken from Sun State John, but there's still 1 available from Cat Butthole. So there's a good handful of subscriptions ready, gifted there on the thing. What's happening on the TNJ chat side? What's up, Stephapy, Cat Butthole, Pierogi? Shallow's not my name. Sea Witch, hello. Hope everybody's ready for a good weekend. Are we supposed to get good weather, or is it going to suck? I don't know how I feel about the chat spinning, by the way. I don't know about that. It's going to make me dizzy. Oh, no. High of 90 Saturday and Sunday. Maybe a little bit of clouds. That doesn't suck at all. That doesn't suck at all. I gotta get home after the show for swim lesson part 2. We're doing that for a couple weeks. How's little Jackson? Cat Butthole? He's good. He's good. He's got the swimming lesson tonight or today. And he did really good at the first one because he actually has been in the pool a lot. I guess the dude that teaches the swimming lessons was surprised because he's used to a lot of crying and stuff like that. Anyway, we're coming back. Coming back.
So when you let someone merge, good karma. Leave space between cars, good karma. These little daily driving habits can help you keep calm and in control. Learn more at drivesmartflorida.org.
It's a crime to pay more than a dime. 1 dime down at RC Hill Mitsubishi in DeLand. Just go to rchill.com.
Radio. 104.1
He won't hesitate to call you out when you're being a little asky. This is the new.
And it's good to have you. The weekend is on. We can learn more about the show together. Let's go over to the website, which is thenewsjunkie.com. Speaking of the website, go to the website right now because Sun State John has just gifted 13 Secret Show subscriptions.
Yeah,
How about that? Unbelievable. He's the oiler. He's the big guy on campus. You can go over there and snag those while you have an opportunity.
Yeah, go over there. Check out Sean's new little banner image with just Sean. Just Sean banner image.
It's called future proofing, C-Lane. You know, you gotta.
Yeah, I know. No, I get it.
Sean show over here.
I want you to,
Josh, you got scrubbed too, buddy. You used to be on the front page.
I want you to blaze past
get
that.
black scrubbed.
Go over to the website and claim those gifts and dive into the world of secret shows, courtesy of the folks who gift those over there on thenewsjunkie.com. Hit the gift icon. Thank you to Sun State John for the 13 gifted subs. Still one from Cat BH, and that's up for you too. Go check it out. And then this weekend, explore the world of secret shows. Go fully uncensored. It's a massive catalog. You're going to laugh. You're going to love it. Right now, speaking of love it, we love hanging out with this guy. Let's welcome Moses DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm.
Oh, no.
Good day, sir. You again.
From justcallmo.com himself, Moses DeWitt, as we roll into a jury duty here. If you have any problems, you need an attorney, anything that you need help with, 800-CALL-MO, 800-CALL-MO, or go to justcallmo.com. Moses, let's say I go on a date with somebody.
Nice.
I think Courtney's going to be upset with you.
You're right. That's a very, very bad thing starting.
What are you thinking?
But if I do, and then that person goes online and dishes about our entire date and tells the internet about this date that we went on, is there anything I can do about it, or is that just part of life now? People record stuff and they post it online, even if it's your private date information.
I mean, as long as everything they say is accurate and true, there's not much you can do about it. If it's false, then of course you could sue them for slander or defamation of character or something along those lines. But if it's true, then, you know, like you said, that's just kind of the world we live in.
In this case, it's MLB pitcher for the Pittsburgh Pirates, Chris Davinsky. That's his name, Chris Davinsky of the Pittsburgh Pirates. And this woman, I guess, went on a date with him and posted this video. Here she is.
So I'm on my way home from a date, and this date was with a Pirates player. He...
Okay, she's laughing.
I didn't go into this date thinking, like, he's going to be a really good guy. You know, like, I had the right expectations.
Man, dating in 2026
sounds miserable. Sounds just horrible.
Like, everybody wants to dish out if you're a little bit famous afterwards. There's so many things like this that you got to avoid.
So I get to this date. We just got coffee. Very casual date. He he asked me if I'm wearing cargo pants. He goes, "Oh, are those comfortable?" I go, "Yeah." He goes, "Are they easy to get off?" I go, "Yep." Sure. And he goes, "All right."
I mean, it's a date. You're going on a date. You're small talking. It's a meet cute. You're going back and forth. I love how she's like, "Look, let me show you how nasty this MLB player was. He made a joke about my pants being easy to get off. And what I'm going to do is tell everybody about this date and just put a video online."
As it turns out, the guys on the MLB team are actually men.
Yeah, I mean, what is the point of releasing
nice,
this?
Easy access. I go, "What for on the street right here?" So he starts referencing sex and stuff. And then
on a date,
then he goes, "Let's have a staring contest and let's see." He goes, "Winner gets a prize." And I go, "Okay, if you win, what do you want?"
A staring contest in the middle of a date is strange.
Yeah, I'm with her on that one.
I wouldn't do that. I think that's weird. But also, you could just like not go out with the guy again. You know what I mean? Like
yeah, if you felt he was being weird and too forward, just say, "Oh, well, that didn't work out."
Yeah, I mean, if the guy did something that was actually illegal, then I could see you talking about that.
And he goes, "A kiss." I go, of course it is." And he goes, "What do you want?" And I go, "A second date." I don't want a second date. I don't want a second date. So
she really thinks she's funny.
Yeah.
You also shouldn't be recording these while driving.
So we do.
Yeah, she's driving in the car.
Unbelievable.
She's like, can you believe this guy? Here are the things he did. As I'm risking life and limb in my car right now, recording this video. You know why you did this? Because you saw that he was famous. You saw that he was a baseball player. And so you wanted to utilize the fame that this guy had when he was trying to go out on a date with you to get some space bucks online.
That's 2 out of 3. I go, okay, cool. So I lose the first one. I have contacts and naturally dry eyes, so I lose. And then
I like she's giving us the excuse on why she lost the staring competition.
And then he goes, all right, let's add something to this. He goes, if I win, I'm adding something to it. If I win this one, you have to drive me back to my place. Drive you to your place.
Now
You're a professional athlete. You're a professional athlete, and you can't secure yourself a Uber home.
All right, so you get the point. Is there anything somebody goes on a date with you and afterwards they say this, as long as what they're saying is true, it's just a risk of it all, huh?
Yeah, it's just the risk of it all, and obviously it is like the world we live in today, and you just don't go out with them again. But it does seem a little wrong. But on the other hand, I guess it could be no different than dishing to your friends or telling your friends about dates. Just now the audience is much larger.
Yeah, and you're laughing at yourself much more. There's a lot of that going on.
Very annoying.
That's one way to handle things on a day.
Yeah, I think maybe she was expecting a different outcome, and I'm sure there's some people that are on her side about this. But I think the broader audience would go, "Dude dodged a bullet."
Yeah.
As weird as his little first date games are, some people just have weird game. I mean,
it must have worked at least once for him.
Sure. I mean, he's a little famous, so sometimes your game can be a little weird and still have it work. But some people, I mean, I knew a kid in high school who, if he met a girl that he liked, he would hide her cell phone. Somebody give me back my phone.
Good luck calling your mom now.
BDMX Con says she's lucky she survived. #hero. Yeah, just barely got out of this alive. What a real situation there. All right, let us know what you think. Send a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com. This is just how it goes sometimes. If you have any questions for our friend Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm, you can send those through tips@thenewsjunkie.com. Mo, we've been talking about the e-bikes thing. Have you seen cases like coming in, or have you seen cases developing with all these e-bikes being thrust into communities?
Tons of them.
Yeah.
Tons of it. We get a lot of e-bike cases out of Key West, actually, because everyone down there has e-bikes. But, they're super dangerous. They're really, really dangerous. People, obviously, a lot of times it's kids riding them. They're high speed. They're on roads. They don't have insurance. And, they're getting hit by cars left and right. And it's really be quite horrific and tragic.
Can you even get insurance for an e-bike?
I doubt it. I mean, because they're not street legal, I don't believe, are they?
The problem is we had a guy who emailed and he was actually asking about you, and he said,
that's sweet of him.
He said, my friend got in an accident where he was stopped waiting for traffic and an e-bike driver smashed into the side of his car.
Yeah.
And he said, then the guy had to use his own insurance because the e-bike driver didn't have insurance. They don't have any insurance to go to.
Yeah, which is why you should buy uninsured motorist coverage just in case, and make sure you have full comprehensive and collision.
Boom.
But yeah, they never have insurance on them. So if they're at fault for the accident, you're screwed. And then a lot of times we're seeing they get hit and the person who hits them has insurance, but the injuries are extraordinarily severe.
Right.
So uninsured motorist coverage does cover like this kind of thing, even though it's not a motorist that could get insurance for that thing. It's not street legal, like you said, so you can't get insurance for it. But uninsured motorist coverage will still help you with that?
Yeah, it would still, if you were injured. So, if he was actually injured by the e-bike, the uninsured motorist coverage would help you. Uninsured motorist coverage will actually even kick in if you're like riding your bicycle, you get hit by a car.
Mm-hmm.
If you're like sitting at a cafe outside and a car runs into the restaurant, uninsured motorist coverage will still cover you in that situation. So it covers you in a lot of different situations.
Well, we got more questions for Moses. You can send yours in tips@thenewsjunkie.com right now. Quick break. When we come back, we'll get to those. We'll bust into the power hour of the show and much more. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Support the arts and local artists at the Orlando Fringe Festival with over 100 shows happening now through May 25th. Get more info at orlandofringe.org.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Looks like eastbound lanes are getting by now on Altamont Drive at Bear Lake Road. Westbound lanes are still blocked, though. Look out for emergency crews in the area. Crews have moved that vehicle fire off to the shoulder on I-4 westbound at Lake Mary. The on-ramp looks like it's still blocked, though. I-4 westbound at State Road 44. That crash has been moved off to the shoulders. Traffic still backed up there. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Tri-County Metals. Metal roofing starts with Tri-County Metals. Trusted quality, proven performance. Register your metal roof rebate and get up to $500 back. Visit TriCountyMetals.com today.
Save every day at Headquarter Hyundai. We've dropped prices on acres of new Hyundais. Visit HeadquarterHyundai.com.
Are you ready to put some cash in your pocket? Because Real Radio is giving you a chance to win $1,000 by putting $1,000 in your hand. You know the deal with our national contest. We'll give you a keyword at the top of every hour from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. And all you have to do is enter it on our website at realradio.fm for your chance to win. With 13 chances every weekday, you'll have plenty of opportunities to win $1,000 in your hand. But there is a catch, because there's always a catch. Right. If you get a call, you need to answer your phone. That's right. The key to winning is picking up your phone when we call. So don't send us to voicemail. This contest brought to you locally by Mills Air.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Going to nursing school can change your life, but that doesn't mean it's easy. You have commitments, family, a job. At Galen College of Nursing, we understand that, which is why we provide one-to-one tutoring support and assigned academic advisors who will work with you to keep you on track from day one. You can change the course of your life and the lives of people counting on you, because we believe the better we care for nursing students now, the brighter the future of nursing will be. Galen, the now approach to nursing education. Join us at galencollege.edu.
Eligibility and results may vary. If you're on Medicare and living in the Orlando area, getting great dental care doesn't have to be confusing or expensive. Sage Dental is here to help you understand your Medicare benefits and make your care as simple and affordable as possible. Whether you need a routine cleaning or advanced care like implants, crowns, oral surgery, or custom dentures, Sage Dental brings all your dental needs conveniently together under one roof. At Sage, we use the latest in dental innovation, including minimally invasive techniques for more comfort and faster healing. Need a crown? Sage can create same-day custom crowns right in our office. In addition to Medicare, we accept most insurance plans. No insurance? Our Sage Care Plus plan can save you up to 65% on general or specialty dental care. Sage Dental, leading with innovation centered on your care. Same-day appointments available. Call 800-218-8877. 800-218-8877. That's 800-218-8877.
Hi, this is Mark Spain, and we're hiring listing agents. Maybe your kids are self-sufficient now, and you're ready to jump back into the workforce. Or perhaps you're stuck in that demanding job, and the compensation just doesn't match your hard work. Are you ready for a career move that will be rewarding and earn you the high income you deserve? If you enjoy delivering great customer service and working with people, I want to talk to you. At Mark Spain Real Estate, we have all the components to make you successful as a real estate agent fast. Go to joinmarkspain.com. That's joinmarkspain.com and apply today.
Facing an injury is tough, but choosing the right attorney shouldn't be. I'm Mo DeWitt, your Orlando injury attorney. With my zero-fee guarantee, you won't pay a single dime unless we get you money for your injuries. No hidden costs, no upfront fees, just dedicated, hardworking lawyers when you need them the most. Why wait? If you're injured on the go, visit justcallmo.com or give us a call at 1-800-CALL-MO. It's that easy.
Sunnyside drains.
My drains are backing up.
I'm counting imaginary llamas. 8, 9.
What about my drain?
Wait, sheep are more fun. 10, 11.
I should have called
12,
Frank Gay.
13.
I'm calling Frank Gay.
Frank Gay Services are the plumbers you can count on. From clogged drains to leaky pipes, we fix it all. That's the Frank Gay way.
That's the Frank Gay way.
FrankGayServices.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along. which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ziprecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter. Need more animals, more gators, and more fun? Y'all need Gatorland.
Broadcasting live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeartRadio station. Guaranteed human.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Deposit. 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 Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
Radio. Real Radio. 104.1.
He won't hesitate to call you out when you're being a little ASCII. This is the news.
Thanks for bearing with me. I'm trying to sneak through the weekend and not rip my voice too much, but we can still have some fun here as we roll on with the show. Learn more about everything going on around here, over at thenewsjunkie.com. We got our friend Moses DeWitt with us in the studio. Mo, we do have some questions for you, as you can imagine. We always do. One thing I saw today was you were way on top of this. Moses told us this famous story of Alex Murdaugh. It's been made into a couple of series.
Mm-hmm.
I think there was a docu-series about it, and I think that there was like an actual, acted out version, like a dramatized version as well. And a lot of coverage went to this guy because he was a big, powerful attorney in the southeastern United States. Alex Murdaugh went to prison for murdering his family, I guess, and then also for some financial crimes. Now, I said one of the weird things about this was his murder conviction got overturned this week, and that's what you had told us was going to happen. Mm-hmm. But they made it like he was going to be released on the streets. I saw pictures in different outlets where it looked like, oh, he's going to be released because of this. But he's not. He's got 40 years for
the financial crimes. Yeah,
for the financial crimes.
Yeah, so he's not going anywhere. I think it's more of a principle thing that he doesn't want to be convicted for the murder of his wife and child. So they're going to have to do a new trial now. It's going to be remanded back to the trial court.
Probably, yeah.
He can't help it. His last name is basically murder.
Yeah, it's close. So what happened that led to Alex Murdaugh's charges?
I hadn't even thought of that until just now. I didn't even think of the fact that he is so close to being named Alex Murder, and he did all the murders.
Alex Murder's charges or conviction was overturned because of the activities of the court clerk. So let's start in a real simple place here. What exactly does the court clerk do? What's this job?
Typically in a courtroom, you have a clerk who kind of assists the judge with paperwork and things like that. I believe here, this was actually the elected clerk of the court who sort of oversees all the clerks within the courthouse, oversees, that little pod of people who are, it's not little in some courthouses, but that pod of people who are processing the paperwork and taking payments and all that kind of fun stuff.
And she was very excited about this case.
Apparently. She wrote a book about this case.
Yeah. And I saw this tweet from Brian Enton, who covers a lot of crime stories. He says, regardless of how you feel about Alex Murdaugh, the court clerk simply cannot tell jurors, watch his body language, don't be fooled, and this shouldn't take us long.
Yeah.
And so this woman was directly influencing or attempting to, it would seem, the jurors on this case. So therefore, it's not surprising that this would be overturned. But This, I believe, this court clerk actually got in trouble too for this, right?
She did, yeah. So there was a count of perjury, a count of obstruction of justice, and then a couple of counts of like misconduct in office, essentially. So, it was a pretty bad look in general when she wrote this book after this trial, because then it basically, what the defense alleged was basically that she was trying to influence the jury to make sure that he was found guilty to be able to profit off of her book.
She wanted to write the book.
She wanted to write the book.
Where was she telling the jury this? Like in the deliberation room? Did they?
Yeah, basically, like back and forth. I think she may have escorted them or walked with them back and forth from the deliberation room.
So it would mean then that one of the jurors, because if you're a juror in certain trials, especially if you've never done this before and you don't know that much about the legal process, wouldn't you think that some of these people would just think that's how it usually goes, and it maybe took one or two of the jurors to go, this doesn't seem appropriate? Like, was it a couple whistleblowers, or how would they find out that she did this?
I'm not sure if we know specifically, but if you recall, after this trial, a lot of these jurors gave interviews. And so I think they also gave interviews to the attorneys, because the attorneys filed a fairly detailed motion for new trial. And there was even some allegations, because one of the jurors was removed, that the allegations as to why he was removed were false and things like that. But they clearly gave this information to somebody, and I suspect that it may not have been in a whistleblower sense. Like you said, they may have just thought it was a normal course of business. But in these interviews, whether it's with the media or the attorneys, it ultimately came out.
Jeez, man. Just ruined the whole case. That's crazy.
Well, it ruined the whole case because, it's not a matter of whether he's, innocent or guilty. It's the fact that he didn't get a fair trial because these jurors were influenced.
And then you got to do the whole thing over again.
And this trial was extraordinarily expensive. You have to remember, this is a small county where this occurred. The defense said they spent $600,000 alone just on hiring experts, which means the state has to hire experts too. So they spent a ton of money on this trial that they now have to redo all over again because of this clerk.
And they obviously have to try to find people who are jurors that are
impartial.
And
haven't, theoretically haven't heard or aren't influenced by all the media coverage of this case.
Which in this place is probably not many.
Yeah, this is probably the biggest thing that's happened to this place since, ever.
God, it would be so frustrating if you were on the big team that it takes to pull off a case like this. You get to the end of the finish line, you get a guilty verdict, you think you did the right thing, and then some idiot court clerk screws it all up because she wants to write a book and make a whole bunch of money. It's crazy, but I guess that's where we're at on all of this. And I also wonder, do we have anything on the list, C-Lane, that we can run by Moses here?
We do. I have a couple things. I talked earlier this week about this guy that I saw at the Wawa. I was just stopping for my morning beverage and breakfast burrito, and I park and I get out of the car, and next to me in the car that's parked, there's nobody in it, but I see that there's a giant bong just sitting on the floorboard of the car. And I go, if this guy gets pulled over, that's kind of not great for him. But even what if I was a cop that just parked there and I look inside and there is a bong, like big glass bong on the floorboard? Is that enough to get to the search warrant, or is that probable cause? Or like Sean's argument was, well, maybe he uses the bong to smoke tobacco. and I'm like,
what
okay.
an idiot.
Yeah.
So, typically if something's in plain view, that gives you probable cause and you don't need to have a warrant. But, Sean's statement is actually correct because unless he can somehow see marijuana or something like that gives him probable cause beyond it just being tobacco, it probably would not be PC for a search.
If there were just a sticker of a pot leaf on the side of this bong, would that be enough?
It's an argument, but again, unless you can sort of see into it and verify visually that it's marijuana, I think it's going to be difficult. It doesn't mean that the cop's not going to stop you, search you, and maybe arrest you, but then ultimately come before a court on a motion to suppress, and it would be up to a judge to determine if there was probable cause for that search. And I think the argument could be made that unless they could visually identify marijuana within the bong, that ultimately those bongs are legal, they are used for smoking tobacco, and there's nothing inherent about the bong in and of itself that would lead to PC for a search.
Boom, lawyered. Just like that. There you go.
You were right.
Boom,
You were
lawyered.
right.
All right, you can ask Moses any questions that you might have as we roll on here today over at tips.thenewsjunkie.com, tips.thenewsjunkie.com.
Or you can send an email to tips@thenewsjunkie.com.
What did I say? Give me a break here. I'm just trying to get to the end of the show. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to get there. Tips@thenewsjunkie.com. Send that one or send a dispatch. It's even easier and you don't have to remember any sort of web address or email. That's just, well, you do actually. Never mind. It's available at thenewsjunkie.com.
I didn't want to do it 2 times in a row.
I would have probably screamed out the rest of my voice if that was what would happen there. But anyways, give us your questions, tips@thenewsjunkie.com, or go to the website, thenewsjunkie.com right now. Okay. Quick break. When we come back, you know what? Let's do this full force since I missed this, and it is that time. Let's do the Power Hour.
They said it couldn't be done. Then they said,
hey, you know.
It's time for the Power Hour on the News Junkie.
B-Guy was a character, man.
Dude, I loved that guy. He was so much fun. I'm going to go get
If you
some
missed,
money.
if you missed the B-Guy interview, the best part afterwards was C-Lane shooting the S with him, Moses, about bees. And C-Lane's like, hey, man, you still there? And the B-Guy goes, yeah, I'm still here. And C-Lane goes, you live near me. I might come by and get some honey. And the guy's like, whatever.
That is not how it happened, all right?
Said,
First of all,
he said, make sure you leave a bunch of money in there for me.
Yeah, he said, don't steal it. Leave me extra money. And I was like, cool. First of all, I don't know how this turned into me having the accent.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, man.
Hey, man.
Like I just
sounds just like you.
Like I just chameleoned into his accent. Like, hey, I'm gonna go get some honey from you, man.
C-Lane here, long-time listener, first-time caller.
C-Lane wanted to make friends with the B-Guy. He tried to make the B-Guy was like, okay.
Oh, you mean a really nice guy who gave us a great interview and happens to sell honey? Sure, I'll buy some local honey.
He does. Probably good too, huh?
You're not gonna know. I'm not gonna bring it to your house.
Well, why not?
I don't know. I'm future-proofing.
Yeah. Everybody's got a future proof.
Makes just as much sense when I say it as it did when you said it.
Okay, quick break. When we come back, we'll get to more questions for Moses DeWitt that are piling up over here, including yours, and all of that. Plus, a big event going down this weekend. I got clips galore, the IED at the dam situation, and a whole bunch more. A grab bag segment coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Crews are still off to the shoulder on I-4 westbound at Lake Mary, clearing up that vehicle fire. The on-ramps reopened. All lanes are getting by. Where Altamont Drive meets Bear Lake Road, looks like traffic's getting by in both directions. We still got emergency crews blocking.
Chat, I'm coming for you. I'll be back in a minute and a half or so. 2 minutes tops.
Traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Straight Talk Wireless. Every now and then you find a deal that actually feels like a win. With Straight Talk Wireless, you get more and pay less. Now that's a good deal. No contracts, no credit checks, no surprises, all on Verizon's 5G network. Find it in the same place you've always found straightforward prices, exclusively at Walmart and StraightTalk.com.
Folks, we live in Central Florida. It is so important that your air conditioning works perfectly every single time. That's why I strongly suggest a call to Mills Air. They've been in business since 1992. That is over 34 years and counting of keeping Central Florida cool. Their techs are the best. They're the cream of the crop. There is none better. They're going to be nice. They're going to be fair. They're going to be honest. They're going to get the job done. That's what they do at Mills Air. They're also a Carrier factory authorized dealer. That means they can get you huge rebates toward a brand new Carrier unit. You could always turn to the experts at Carrier. And you could always turn to family-owned and operated Mills Air. Give them a call at 407-277-1159. That's 407-277-1159. Or find them online at millsair.com.
If you want to buy or sell your home quickly, call Nick Lee. Download a free home buyer's guide at thenicleegroup.com.
Someday
The long goodbye begins. A very special evening with Journey. Final Frontier Tour. Saturday, October 17th, Kia Center. The lights go down one final time. Tickets are on sale now at journeymusic.com. Journey. Final Frontier Tour.
Eligibility and results may vary. If you're on Medicare and living in the Orlando area, getting great dental care doesn't have to be confusing or expensive. Sage Dental is here to help you understand your Medicare benefits and make your care as...
All right. What's happening? Dull miking it. Water boys, they might find evidence of a certain person riding quads through the forest illegally. I actually was camping with somebody who had a four-wheeler. We weren't even riding it, but the cops, the ranger came by just to say hi because it's like they'd never seen so many people camping in that area. And then randomly cited the guy for having a four-wheeler. I was like, that sucks. No good. Almost beer 30. What are you waiting for? What's the holdup? All right. Let's start a new window for this guy. Open that guy. Yeah, it's supposed to be beautiful this weekend. I think I'm gonna keep the pool heated, guys. I ain't got shit to do, so why not? What am I doing here? Friday, 1 o'clock. I don't know about you guys, but I really enjoy these Daytona Mitsubishi commercials. Your credit don't matter. Your past don't matter. I love them. I think they are fun. Mike, I resubmit my question. I drank at work today. Close that window. Don't need that. Doing a little weekend edition action here. Do Fritz on the street. You want some pool? I read that message before I read who sent it. Want some pool pics? I'll post some. I'll post them in my story. Please don't steal the B-Man's honey. I'm not going to steal his honey. Why does everybody think I'm some honey thief? I'm happy to pay for the honey. Give him a news junkie magnet, too. And money. And not just, not just slip him a magnet and be like, oh, thanks for the honey. He's got a giant flag. Yeah, he's at his place that says local honey right in front of that box. You can't miss him. Honey fingers. That's not even a real thing. I don't remember what that was from, but I remember it being a thing. I remember it coming up at some point. All right. Back to it.
One Podcast Network and the Webby Podcast Company of the Year.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, deposit. 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 Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
When good things go bad, bad things make headlines. This is the new.
Limping, but still making it, I hope. That's what the goal is at hand here. Come hang out with us and learn more about the show over at thenewsjunkie.com. Thank God Mo is here.
Absolutely.
Thank God he's here, for God's sake.
Someone's got to help you with that voice.
I know. I'm hobbling through, but we're so close now. Like, I'm staring down the finish.
I brought you some menthol cigarettes. It
Thank
should
you.
help soothe that throat there.
Thank you. It's the only thing, when I hotbox my throat, it's the only thing that really gives me any sort of relief.
9 out of 10 doctors say those are great. They're great.
I have to tell you, if you are enjoying the show or did it all at any point this week,
never have.
There's more to explore.
You're in the chat room, Moses.
Secret Shows. Secret Shows is a universe where there are uncensored shows. There are well over 400 of them. It's a blast. And if you want to have some more content to sift through, and I think this is content it's not political. It's funny. You're going to have a blast. You're going to enjoy yourself and have a good ride over on Secret Shows. When you're a Secret Show subscriber, it unlocks the entire website. It unlocks an ad-free stream for you. It unlocks the soundboard. It unlocks everything. You get full access to the show. And, of course, you get Secret Shows access as well. So you can watch. You can even watch on Apple TV, the TV app for Secret Shows. Log in with your account when you have a subscription. And I think you'll have fun. Honest to God, it's an awesome product. So if you want to listen, watch, or whatever, get a little bit more out of the show at Secret Shows, right now we have a couple of very, very generous people. John Hanan with 5 gifted subs.
Whoa!
Thank you,
John
Hanan.
He threw them up there.
He did. We're finally even, John Hanan. He puked at my house a couple of times, but the gifted subs, we are good to go, buddy. We are good to go. Both funny and informing. John Hanan, our friend, with 5 gifted subs. You can claim those on thenewsjunkie.com. Waterboys with 5 more gifted subs. Thank you so much, Waterboys. A huge supporter of the show. And if you need some help with irrigation, he's your guy. Waterboys, keep him in mind. 5 gifted subs over there.
Takes care of my sprinklers.
Does he?
He takes care of my sprinklers.
Look at this.
Yeah. If
And
I
now,
had sprinklers.
and now
take care of
potentially.
Loser doesn't have any sprinklers.
Now potentially yours. So big thanks to Waterboys for the gifted subs. Go claim those so you can have a little more excitement, a little more fun. I think you'll enjoy yourself in the world of Secret Shows. It's a blast.
It's so funny. Earlier when Sun State John dropped those 13, and I went to the website to look at them, and I was like, oh, look, there's already 1 missing. And I refreshed. Oh, there's already 2 missing from the Sun State John. And then poor Cat Butthole still had 1 unclaimed gift. And I was like,
one hanger on.
Why is that one still there?
Yeah, I think you'll dig it. All you have to do is, if you have an account over on thenewsjunkie.com, which takes like 5 seconds to make, right? Like, just go create an account, takes a couple of seconds, and then you're good to go. And if you do that, you'll see on the top of the website, free gift subscriptions available. Claim now. So you just click it and click claim, and then boom, you're good. You're a premium subscriber for a month, courtesy of Waterboys, John Hanan and Sun State John, plus Cat BH and another one from Waterboys. We appreciate you guys for gifting those, and we want to see you jump on board and unlock Secret Shows with those available gifts at thenewsjunkie.com right now. All right, do we have anything left for Moses on the question list,
I think we do. Let's go over to the question list. Oh, we talked a lot this week and maybe a little bit last about a bunch of these big box stores that are starting to install these ALPR cameras, the automated license plate readers. Mm-hmm. And people, some of these communities where they're going up have been screaming privacy violation, and they're all up in arms. These are not illegal, right? I mean, you can read people's license plates and like take them down. I don't think they're getting people's personal information just from having the plate numbers, right, Moses?
Right. I mean, that's the difference. Is you could certainly license plates on the back of your car. It's in the public. There's no expectation of privacy. You can certainly record that, just like a surveillance camera at your house could record activity that goes by in case something happens. The differentiator there, like C-Lane said, is you're not accessing the David system improperly or illegally and pulling people's personal or private information out of that because you're not authorized to do so.
What does it take? Like if something happened at my property and I got a license plate number, is there anything that I could do to find out who that was aside from talking to the police? Like, I'm pretty sure it has to be the David system, right?
For the most part, yeah. I mean, that is the driver's license database, essentially. So I'm not aware of any private databases that really would be able to run additional information based on a license plate.
You know, people are super sensitive about the license plate thing. Some people even like censor it out in photos and
never get that. I never got it.
So it always seems weird to me. It's like you're driving around with this on the back of your car.
But they think that when they post it online, it's a form of doxing. And I just don't get it because I get the least amount of information from a license plate. I could get so much more information from other things, like your name, for instance, or if you have your full name on your Facebook, and I'm like, I'm celebrating my birthday today, and I just turned 32. I'm like, now I have your full birthday and your name. I could I could do some stuff here, or I could at least find some stuff out. But a license plate, I don't get it.
Yeah, it's strange, but people, people get upset about that.
So you played that clip, Sean, of the girl that went on the date with the baseball player. Very annoying girl. And you were asking, like, has she revealed too much? Is there anything protected here? And it kind of reminded me of this thread I read last night because remember earlier this week when we talked about Michael Che posting about the Kevin Hart roast?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
He posted another couple of stories because somebody was mad at him about his post about the Kevin Hart roast. Mm-hmm. And so somebody direct messaged this guy and said, like, oh, I'm never watching any of your content again. You showed your true colors by categorizing all whites as racist and then called him a worthless F word for gays and told him to go get blanked in his tender blank.
Whoa. Wow. Okay. That's one way to do it. Okay.
So Michael Che screenshotted it and posted this guy's message on his Instagram story, right? And Michael Che has a significant amount of followers. And he continues to post, and now the guy's like, I need you to remove my personal information from your story. Harassment is illegal, sir. You're provoking masses to harass me by posting me. I get that you don't like my comments, but trying to get me bullied by your followers is crazy. And it's like, well, this guy DM'd you, and
he started the fight.
He started the fight, but he's arguing that he's being harassed because you posted his name. I don't even think that's really doxing. I don't think that's that big a deal. Would this guy, as crazy and as stupid as his argument is, have any course to say that, well, Michael Che has a big following and he posted my name and my Instagram handle by screenshotting the harassing direct message that I sent him? Could he go after him for that?
So he went and found his actual name and posted it?
No, I think he just his account.
Okay, so if he just screenshotted the message with the handle on it, there's really nothing. The guy posted it.
Yeah.
Right? I mean,
this is like an F around and find out kind of situation.
Exactly. Doesn't mean he may not try to sue him. I mean, the problematic issue is, Michael Shea's a big celebrity. I'm sure he's got some money. This guy is a crazy guy on the internet, and he may go try to sue him and shake him down for some money. Mm-hmm. But in reality, you're absolutely right. These are his own words. There's nothing false about it. He posted this online, and all Michael Shea did was share it.
Right.
Which there's nothing wrong with.
That's what you get.
Yeah.
That's how it goes.
It was a private message, so maybe he has that argument, but still, it was a private message from this guy. Here's the guy that sent me the private message. Why would I censor it?
Yeah. Real quick, I wanted to ask Moses, I'm watching all the backlash, very warranted in my opinion, against the sloth world people. They, 55, I think, or so sloths died being brought into this country, getting ready for this exhibit where they're going to make money. They clearly didn't have enough expertise to keep them alive. And now Central Florida Zoo has taken them on. But more and more politicians try to get on board, it seems like, as the days go by, to try to find charges for these people.
Right.
They've ad hoc, post hoc, I guess. Post hoc, they have changed, at least temporarily, the law, so you can't import sloths right now for some limited period of time. But is there any point in time where I know at points they'll call it like going on a fishing expedition,
right,
to try to look for charges against somebody? If you just find somebody who the public is against and you're just trying to find anything you could charge them with, does that fall apart sometimes because you're like really searching to try to pin a crime on them?
Oh, absolutely. It falls apart all the time, especially when there's public pressure and prosecutors feel compelled to try to find charges. But ultimately, they have to prove those charges in court. And so we've seen many times where there's this public outcry to bring charges against somebody, and while it may be horribly wrong, unethical, immoral, there just may not be a charge on the books that contemplates it.
Yeah,
and you can't pass a law and then have it apply retroactively. So of course you can prevent it from happening in the future, but you can't retroactively apply a law to these people. So there may be something on the books.
Isn't there one of those Latin terms that you learn in law school, like early law school, that means you can't pass a law to apply retroactively or pass a law to make something somebody did illegal already?
You're gonna check my Latin. I don't. I mean, there's res ipsa locator, but that doesn't exactly.
Res ipsa locator. That's what. That's what I mean.
That sounded smart. That sounded good to me. All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to wrap up this show for the week. Thank God. I'm going to rest my voice all weekend. I'll be back and in great shape on Monday for a big show. For right now, quick break, back with the final dispatches, stories that didn't make the cut. And today I learned to wrap everything up for a Friday. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
You can't argue with an algorithm, but you can call us. Real Radio 104.1. Guaranteed human.
From the Odoo.com Weather Center, Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
Happy Friday, Central Florida. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your forecast. And for today, we're going to be expecting a hot one. Temperatures will be a couple of degrees above normal with a high of around 90 degrees today in Orlando. We'll be expecting a partly to mostly sunny sky with still overall dry conditions and low humidity levels. If we do manage a couple of stray showers, most of those will take place to the east of Orlando. As we head into the weekend, though, spotty showers mainly west of Orlando tomorrow. Higher chances of scattered showers and storms for Sunday. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by Advanced Air Home Service. One call does it all.
Dispatch, this is Mindy, Advanced Air Home Services.
Well, boy, it's getting hot out there. Now, if your AC is making funny noises, just needs a once-over, or your home isn't as cool as it used to be, visit AdvancedAirandHeat.com. Advanced Air Home Services. License CAC 1820806.
Hey, you have that to-do list that you're looking through, stuff that you want to do around the house, and maybe you need to take out a little bit of money to get some of that stuff done. You got to paint this, repair that, fix this. Well, that mortgage guy, Don, can help out with that because you can unlock your equity while keeping your super low mortgage rate intact. Get cash out for home improvements, debt consolidation, weddings, back taxes, and unlike the corner banks, that mortgage guy, Don, has HELOC options as low as a 640 credit score. You can get that HELOC option, the home equity line of credit, and then you have a good chunk of change to get a new AC, to get new windows, to do all that stuff. And that mortgage guy, Don, wants to help you out. Get a quote with no hard credit inquiry today. Said it right that time at thatmortgageguydon.com.
Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote with thatmortgageguydon.com.
Going to nursing school can change your life, but that doesn't mean it's easy. You have commitments, family, a job. At Galen College of Nursing, we understand that.
All right, let's rate the show. Rate the show. 10 out of 10 says we consumers. I'm just assuming that's him rating the show. I'm assuming that's what's going on there. Ex post facto, Ryan, you are correct. Josh looked it up and said I was right. Ex post facto. Boom. Angel sitting in with Jim Colbert today. So if you guys are headed over that way to their YouTube stream, Angel of Boom will be there. Should be a nice time. Wednesday, 11:15. That's 4/7, 11:15. It is hard to say. Thank you, Cyclone Ranger. 10 out of 10 bees knees. 9.9 bees knees. You both went bees knees, but different ratings. 10 out of 10. Chud the Builder self. Ooh. I don't know if he's getting that. 10 Elmer Fuds out of 10. Quet it inquiry. 10 out of 10 laptop pew-pews. What a wild thing to be called out for as a parent. That is crazy. Waterboy says 10 legendary Sun State John gifted subs out of 10. You know, I agree. And chatter of the day is Sun State John. Thank you. This guy is like a scholarship for Secret Show subscriptions. And we appreciate you. All right, we got a little bit less than 2 minutes before we wrap this thing up. I have to take care of some behind the scenes stuff real quick. So you guys have yourselves a fantastic weekend. I love you. You look great. And we'll talk soon. Bye-bye now.
You are nuts. You're going to get a bigger, better diamond for less at IDC, period.
As we mourn his passing, Keith LeClaire's spirit will always be alive and well at IDC, and his other family members carry on his legacy. His voice, his teachings, his vision will continue to guide us into the future, and the core values of IDC will never change.
I want you to be protected. I want you to make sure you're getting what you paid for. It's a commitment from our family. It's our blood. It's our heart behind it. It's our trust. It's our integrity.
International Diamond Center, Altamont Springs, Waterford Lakes, and Mall at Millennia. Online at shopidc.com.
It's the perfect day. You're just driving along, listening to your favorite music. The window's down. There's a cool breeze. Life is good. But wait, hold on a second. You're not wearing a seatbelt? You'd better put that on before that... Oh, too late. Cops everywhere are stepping up enforcement, so you'd better buckle up or you will get caught. Sorry to ruin your day. Click it or ticket.
Funded by the Florida Department of Transportation.
Skip this. Tap that red talkback mic on the iHeartRadio app while listening to your favorite station.
You guys rock.
Instant feedback. And the best feature, if you mess up,
hopefully I'm sending these messages correctly.
Do it again. Leave a talkback now on the free iHeartRadio app.
True Green, the easiest way to get a golf course quality lawn. Don't wait. Sign up at truegreen.com and get your first application for $9.95. True Green, the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour. Let the pros do the work so you can enjoy your weekend. Hurry, offer ends 5/21. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by crimeline.org. Give a tip anonymously.
Send us a dispatch and join the ranks of the great 5 percenters. It's the
To wrap everything up on the show, I'm going to hang out with him this weekend. He can give me some honey for my voice, number one. Oh, my God. Yeah, I mean, that would be just the perfect way to handle it, I think. Go to the B guy's house. I'll have to push C-Lane out of the way because C-Lane will be trying to visit the B guy before me. That's one thing, but generally speaking, it's
on the way home. It's on the way.
Are you legitimately going to stop by the B guy's house?
I might. I want to get some honey.
You should. He's excited. He emailed me right after. He was like, "Do y'all record those things?" It's like, this guy's he's just solely focused on the B world. He doesn't know what's happening out here on the internet side of things.
Living that B life.
He is. Yeah, he's doing that. Well, I can't believe I've somewhat made it here to the finish line. I didn't think that was going to be possible today.
I don't know that you'll get all the way there.
No, I've got 10 minutes left.
Do you think he's counting his chickens?
Yeah,
never make it.
I think I can. I mean, it's only 10 minutes, and I've gone all the rest of the time, 3 hours and 50 minutes. This was not too bad. We appreciate our friend Josh for hanging out with us today. Thank
He's
you.
not our friend.
Yeah. Wow. Brutal.
Thanks to Moses for letting Josh hang out.
Yes.
I feel like
donation.
Sometimes I feel like Josh and Moses only talk on this show.
Is that true?
Pretty much, yeah.
For the most part.
Yeah, I could see that happening.
Why bother?
All right. We're going to get into final dispatches in a moment. First, a couple of things I wanted to go over. When I saw this, I was like, at some point, isn't this just kids being stupid? At some point, is it like when they say school officials warn of a dangerous new social media trend, which is always 3 kids doing it. But the newest one that they have a story about from Fox 11 in Los Angeles is called the eating Orbeez trend. It's just right. It's in the name. It's in the name how stupid you are if you're doing this.
Over again.
Yeah, this is really stupid, obviously. Authorities said the eating Orbeez challenge is a serious risk to children. It even brings the possibility of death because the small pellets absorb water in your body. Some retailers have stopped selling these tiny little pellets that kids enjoy, I guess, because there's risk and liability involved in all of this. One school says, our school has become aware of the internet trend, the eating Orbeez trend, in which students consume water beads. While this may appear harmless, it poses serious health risks. My God. At some point, like if little Carter came home and you were like, what's the matter with you? Why are you hurting? And he's like, I was doing the eating Orbeez trend. And you're like, Jesus. You know what?
Oh boy!
Yeah, what do I even say about this? Jackson comes home and he's got a big old belly because he's eating.
He likes the eating Arby's trend.
That's probably smarter than this. But there you go. If your kids are eating Orbeez, please tell them to stop. What else do you have? Trump yelled at a reporter. This is going viral today.
Again?
Let's see. Yeah, he yelled at another reporter.
It's like his favorite thing to do.
I think it is, Josh. This
Did
is the
he
New York
almost
Times.
call this one the R word? Because that was what happened last time.
I don't know. Let's see. This is Trump yelling at the New York Times' David Sanger on Air Force One. Oh, they're fighting on the plane.
You did it for 38 days. No, we did, and you did not get the political changes in Iran. No, I had a total military victory. But the fake news, guys like you write incorrectly. You're a fake guy, and guys like you write about it incorrectly. We had a total military victory.
Total military victory.
Their entire Navy. We knocked out their entire Air Force. We knocked out all of their anti-aircraft weaponry.
All right, it's a little hard to hear because he's on Air Force One. He said, you're a fake guy, but fake news, guys like you, they write this incorrectly. I think it's sort of treasonous what you write. You should be ashamed of yourself. I actually think it's treason, he said to the New York Times reporter on Air Force One, which is kind of weird because then you just have to stay with the person for the rest of the flight.
Yeah.
Is there a treason cabin in the plane?
Yeah, I mean that's like I saw a couple one time fighting on an airplane, and we were about to go on a 4-hour flight, and I go, "What is the strategy here?"
I had one time this girl that I was kind of hanging out with gave me like I don't know if we should really see each other anymore. After a concert in Tampa that we still had to drive home from.
No! Like, why don't you just chill?
And I was like, "Are you serious right now?"
Yeah.
So I talked her out of it.
Well, she needed a ride home.
Stop with the back on a plane stuff. That can't possibly count. Don't say hit it.
It can't possibly count.
That's not an airplane.
What is
story.
Air Force One?
An airplane.
What a shocker, what a surprise. It's a tap story as long as it flies. This next clip is wild and insane, and as you might have guessed, we're back on a plane.
This could be a good hack to get me out of the show without talking anymore. If I just keep bringing up plane stories,
and then get more B guys to talk to.
Yeah, I like the B guy. He's the best. There's Channel 4 News has this on the way out. A new experiment left 10 AI, artificial intelligence agents alone in a virtual town for 15 days. People have too much time on their hands. They put 10 artificial intelligence agents in a virtual town for 15 days. They wrote laws. They broke them. 2 of the AI agents fell in love with each other in a romantic relationship and then set the town on fire. They ended up voting to delete the town based on a rule it itself had hallucinated. The experiment was done in a simulation. The same AI models are already flying drones, running infrastructure, and being built into weapons systems. Great.
Great.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. What could possibly
I can't
go wrong?
wait for the gun drone love story.
Yeah. I mean, this all seems like a very good idea. Paul McCartney says he doesn't do selfies with fans. He says, if I meet somebody and they're reaching for the phone, I say, I'm sorry, I don't do pictures. And some people think that is radical these days.
Peace and love. Peace and
love. That's who's the drummer? Who's the drummer for the Beatles?
Ringo.
That's Ringo's thing, I think, right? Okay, now let's do our final dispatches here so we can get the hell out of the way and into the weekend and I can rest this voice.
These are the final dispatches, but Sean will probably only play one.
Okay. Staring at the finish line. So close, so close.
Have a
Let me
staring
refresh.
contest with it.
I'm not going to do that. That
No
lady will make
kiss.
a video about me. Let me refresh for the latest here. Here is a pilot saying what the thing meant earlier. John Denvering. What was the John Denvering thing attached to, guys?
Oh, the TV with the problems.
Yes, he said he had a TV with a bunch of problems he was asking C-Lane about, and he said, I was thinking about John Denvering my TV. All right, here we go.
Hey, Junkies, it's Mike. Thanks for answering my email. So, allegedly, it's probably urban legend, but supposedly when John Denver got a nasty divorce settlement, he had a custom-made, like, huge California king-size bed that he cut in half with a chainsaw.
Was it the bed or the couch? I've heard this one, yeah.
I've never heard it before. I think I just kind of made it up. Maybe I've coined a new thing. Hey, wiggle, wiggle, pop, pop.
Is that maybe I've coined a new term? Maybe
John
All right.
Denvering.
John Denvering stuff is cutting it in half. All right, now we know. By the way, last moment here, last opportunity. There are 2 gifted subs left from that massive flurry of gifted Secret Show subscriptions. Go claim the final 2. These are courtesy of John Hanan. Those are available for right now, just a matter of seconds over on the website. Okay, finally, there was an IED found by a dam in Mobile, Alabama. Let's listen in. They're blowing it up.
Yeah, that explosion was controlled and intentional. A grenade-type explosive device was found underwater at Big Creek Lake, the primary
At a
drinking
dam.
water supply for the Mobile area. The Mobile area water and sewer system, MA, is saying divers found this improvised explosive device while surveying the lake's dam for routine repairs. A multi-agency bomb squad team, including the FBI, Mobile County Sheriff's Office, and state law enforcement, retrieved and safely destroyed it, as you just saw.
Jeez, I don't know what that would have done, but a grenade and a dam seems like a bad combination, folks, to say the least. All right, Moses, thank you so much. We appreciate you.
Pleasure's all on this side of the couch.
We love you over there. Sorry that I've dragged a sickness into the studio. I'll keep it away from you. But let's get the hell out of here. Let's do Today I Learned.
The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ. So don't get cocky. Now it's time for what we call Today I Learned.
It is Today I Learned for a Friday, May 15th, 2026. Today I Learned this television show. Walking Dead?
Game of
Nope.
Thrones.
Game of Thrones. Sealand's still never seen Game of Thrones. Have you, Moses?
I have not.
Oh, my God. The two of you. Watch it this weekend together.
No.
The name Khaleesi, famous.
You want to hang out with me?
From
No,
Game of
I'd love
Thrones.
to, but I don't want to watch this.
Has been in the top 1,000 list of popular names used for newborns since 2014 when the Game of Thrones show came out.
Nerds.
The popularity has decreased since the show ended. There's about 120 girls named Khaleesi each year. Today I Learned people complain about AI a lot, but the biggest consumer of water is actually golf courses, folks. U.S. golf course infrastructure consumes 2 billion liters of water every single day.
Whoa.
And finally, today I learned this guy.
Everybody knows
Drake.
Yeah, they said he was going to drop 1 album today. He dropped 3.
Whoa.
It's a bit extra, but all right, there you go. The rapper Drake graduated high school on October 2012 at the age of 25 years old. Better late than never, though.
Yeah, sure.
Thanks, everybody, for putting up with my voice all week long. I'll be good on Monday, I promise. It'll be better than ever. All right, have a great weekend. We'll see you on Monday, same time, same place. Missed any of the show? Get the podcast at thenewsjunkie.com. We'll see you on Monday, everybody.